They feast on fear. These wretched abominations blight this world. Every last one of them will perish by my hand.
Alright. We are back. Let me get my order up first of all. I need some drinks, man. I'm getting dehydrated over here. Please, 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 please. Ah, the Starbucks thing is gone. Damn, I'm gonna have to pay full price. We got ice cream and stuff. Maybe I can get ice cream instead. Actually, you know what I haven't had in a long time is that one smoothie place. Not Dairy Queen. Where's Booster Juice at? Booster Juice, Booster Juice. Booster Juice, here it is. Okay. Booster Juice has expensive drinks. You know, maybe just order Starbucks. Yeah, it's gonna cost me a bunch of money, but so be it. It is what it is, you know. It is what it is. Let's get this order through while everybody jumps in. I'll check chat in a second. Let's go to YouTube. Let's go to my stream. Okay, let's see who's everybody's in here. Yo, it's Caesar. I was trying to spectate your games on MSA yesterday, but could never find you after clicking refresh players. No, you can't just click on player's name to see. Oh really? You can't click on my name to see? Well, you can see me stream live. Yeah, I think I probably dropped a bunch of ranks. I didn't play a lot yesterday. Where the hell even am I? Wow, 17th place. I was up here, but I haven't played in a hot minute. Anyways, today we're not gonna be trying to climb Although we were still gonna play ranked for you guys, because we care not. We are gonna take this deck into the arena first of all, playing some Shenlong Ultron and seeing how that goes. Not aggro today. I'm sorry, I will not prioritize the official Gundam card game. Thank you very much. Let's see, this guy commented on me. I think we should discuss universal AP satellite for link units on these level 4. Most links are at average of 5 HP at level 5. We add 1 and level 6. Actually, the rise in HP is too slow. It's why low level units can easily kill higher level units. Okay, I'm not gonna keep this hand because I want to ramp, get some blockers, get some protection. Let's go back to my YouTube section. Let's see who else is in here. And until Stella shows up with her cutesy looking one, I will be, yes sir, of course, more exposure. I'm going to copy paste from somebody right here. Go back to my Discord, post this here. Pin message. Pin that from the start. Ultra, this. Is the music too loud? Is the music good? It might have been increased yesterday after the stream ended. You guys playing aggro, no big deal. He's gonna go aggro on me. I have not drawn a lift with anything, so we are in a conundrum. We can ramp though. That is a thing that we can do. Could play duo. Don't really need to play duo. I'm gonna have to play this so I can try to stabilize. But we'll see. We will see. Let's see if he has Gundam Amuro. It's unforeseen the Rig Dom here. I'll block it with Gun Tank, why not? Music is fun, just build a Murder Zombies deck. MS, hey, hell yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. Morning House, how's everything going? Let's try to ruin his turn here significantly. I wish this thing just said destroy 2 low level units. Could you imagine? It would be so crazy. Yes, morning everybody, we got a stream. I'll be playing different decks today, so no more 1 Year War. We are not going to be playing that. We're going to be playing anything but 1 Year War, including some unique builds. Unfortunately, I am in a very troublesome scenario here. Very troublesome scenario indeed. I don't want to get gun tanked and stuff. Well, he already played the Angsha. Maybe he doesn't have another one. I'll play it anyways because I have nothing else to do. Can you run Minerva for me? Yes, sir. We'll run some Minerva deck. My Starbucks should be here in about 20 minutes. Maybe faster. We ended up not getting a single blocker on curve, so we are very much running behind on schedule in terms of trying to survive. No worries. There goes my Lifrith. I don't know why it's asking. Oh, it's him playing actions. I mean, I'm very much dead here, but I'm just kind of playing it out. Just to play it. If you drop a bunch of ranks, it's okay. I'm not too concerned about it, since we were so close to rank 2 on the first day that we could have gotten it if I just kept playing, and I was also like, if I kept playing yesterday for another couple hours, I would have hit rank 1 as well. But I decided to stop playing. I should probably just take. I mean, I should just block this. It don't matter. There goes the weak hero. Okay, we're gonna go next. Let's do the Minerva here, as requested. Minerva zombies. Now, do you want me to play white Minerva with blocker slop, or do you want me to play red? You went from rank 83 to rank 350 yesterday. Tried too many unusual builds, just bad runs. Yeah. I had a really strong run yesterday. You guys saw 12 wins in a row, I believe, and win streak only broke because of just bad luck. Drawing like 4 pilots in a row. Not getting a link. Or even a unit. Of course, some losses from streaming. Red, alright. This is the deck list. We're going to take this in, see how it does against everything. I do enjoy this deck. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to, I guess, purchase the Minerva stuff. The starter decks are very too expensive where I am at. My local store has them for the booster boxes are kind of fine, but my local store has them for card games. It's pretty expensive from what I remember. Yeah, $85 here. It's kind of ridiculous pricing in Canada right now. Very expensive. We're gonna keep this hand only because we have the base and we have him, so everything is pretty good. We don't have the sword strike. I wish one of these was sword strike, but it's okay. Got 2 each for 40. Damn. Yeah, my stuff was pretty expensive. We got a very good start here, putting the impulse gun on top, sword strike to the trash, exactly what we want. Let's hope this guy's playing a aggro deck and not a blocker deck, because like I literally have the hand. Double GM, hell yes, that's what we like to see. So I'm gonna hit him with the burn your O Gundam and the turn. We should be in a pretty good position, right? This is a position we want to be in. Destroying his units, trading really well into him, and Also having the ability to rest units with the swords and attack into them directly. Gun tank, no problem. So let's go with the guy here. Pop this guy. After that, I can play more cards. I don't have Destiny Gundam in my hand. And he could drop a Link next turn, which is not the end of the world if he does. But yeah, we're just gonna pass here. Don't need to go too crazy. I could attack him with this, but I'd rather just maybe use these. I'll attack him for 2 and see what he does. If he wants to suicide into this, I'm kind of happy. Fine. Apply some pressure here. Dun, dun. I'm glad you guys jump into the stream real quick. I'm very surprised. 25 viewers. Let's go immediately. Okay, it just dropped to 24. That's karma, I guess, or First form, Link destroys a unit, swings directly into my base. I'll take one of my shields out.
Triple digits on the dash when I'm trying to pass. Black vans on the gas, never finish last. Drifting into all the turns, think I'm gonna crash. But I never gave a fuck, cause I'm living fast. Bitch, I told you once that I wanted that.
Okay, he suicided it instead because he wants this guy alive, but I don't think he understands how Minerva Squad works. That I can just special summon units to destroy him. Have bell notification on? Hell yeah. Okay. Let's decide how we want to proceed. Let's does not link with that guy. Let's simply use this, activate this, special summon, destroy, and we're gonna end the turn there. So I always like said in my video, you want to use Impulse Gundam as a command card, not as a play it and then wait for the next turn in case he has Fatal Strike or tons of ping damage. I'm 12 hours ahead in time. West Australia. West Australia. Man's at home relaxing right now, midnight time. You guys all have time to go listen to my video yesterday and catch up on the heated comment section. Straight fire. Okay, he's playing tokens? What the hell is this, man? He wants to arrest me? Just play this guy instead in your deck. What are you doing? Okay, so I have access to First Strike here. I have access to resting his unit as well. Then we can link here. We can take out this guy and take no damage. Then we could link with him. It's a viable option. I don't think I really need to. I just want to play more guys, and we'll take it a little bit slow. Actually, I could play another guy. Attack my opponent. I'll see if he wants to suicide into this instead. I did this incorrectly, by the way. I should not have done that. I miscounted my resources. That's what happens when you just wake up. Maneuver deck, aka the Necromancer starter kit. Yes, sir. A lot of Builder decks have now been running the token stuff. Interesting. I guess they're experimenting with it. Again, I always said that 1 Year War was more of the rush, like true aggro, not true aggro deck, but like more aggressive deck. And Blurple was more of a control aggro deck where it was gonna aggro you, but it had a lot of control, which is why it was slightly better than the other version. But because it better than the 1 Year War version because it by default took the defensive stance and then it came on top. Thoughts on Green White Academy? We'll play some Green White Academy on stream as well today, but I don't think Green White Academy has enough to hang. It's okay and it can do okay into specific decks, like the O deck and stuff, like blockers, right? Moderate blockers, but it's really just doesn't have anything going on for it too much. Yeah, unfortunately. He's playing this as well. That's fine. Let's rest his Gundam. Let's first strike his Gundam. Yeah, just crazy ping from the depth. Yeah, not only special summon tokens, but also draw a card per attack too. Yep. You guys saw my video yesterday. I definitely know League Militaire. Wait, did I just end my... Oh, because I just played these guys. Okay. I do want to get stuck into a good 1 Year War deck with some Zeong Spice. I mean, Zeong is the final boss monster of the 1 Year War, right? So, makes sense. Char's final Gundam that he gets into or something. What did he do? How did he lose his units? He traded into me? Interesting. Okay, we're kind of running out of options here to generate value of our opponent, but we're gonna try to do as much damage to his shields as we can. Zeong is a stab of the game you need. Don't fully understand what that means, but it can lose to blocker swap, but it's all RNG at that point. Yeah, most of my games you guys saw me playing against blocker swap, I was doing pretty well into it overall. I don't know if I want to save this or not. I kind of don't. I kind of just want to go aggressive and put him on the finish line here. I very much hate blocker swap, and since GD01 I've been saying like, yeah, if I was gonna go to a big tournament in GD01, I would have taken pure blockers as the best way to have a consistency because it beats wing and stuff as well. I think if you're a very good blue-white player, you had like an 80% win rate into wing. It's a very tough matchup. Kiro P asks, have you played a red blue ping deck on stream yet? Does it still have legs against white? Red blue ping? Are you talking about like Pepsi ping with gun tanks and Gundams and Kshatriyas? Or are you talking about red blue like the double suppression and going like very big with level 8 G-Quoxes and basically the top end or the mid-range deck? What's the most frustrating deck you played against? Blocker Swap. Blocker Swap has always been the most frustrating because it's just they're not doing anything and there's nothing fun about it. At least the aggro deck, like, yeah, it's very like in like, yeah, you lose to aggro, oops, I lost, whatever. But you know, we build our decks to kind of have some chance against aggro for most decks, and the aggro deck's doing what it's supposed to do, and yeah, it's very powerful when it just kills you in 2 turns. But the blocker deck is just not fun. Also, people who play blockers will also play like very slowly, which is also something that I don't really enjoy. I'm gonna have to take this guy out. I'm gonna save him in case I get a base. Both. Which one is doing better right now? Or are you talking about? So the red, blue, Pepsi, pink deck is okay. A lot of the games that I was trying to win was through value, or not. Sorry, not value. It was trying to aggro your opponent, and that was where it was getting his wins and being able to just go super aggressive and cheese your opponent. Or it was trying to play the Blurple thing, which Blurple just does better now, and then it could technically go late and beat Wing Zero with Banshee mode, but that doesn't really happen when you play to pure blocker swap. So I'm gonna have to look into that deck a little bit more with GD04. But the other red blue deck is, you know, still doing about the same. I think I'm dead, right? I'm pretty sure I'm dead. Because I didn't get anything else that I really needed. Okay, I actually do survive because this guy links and kills that. I barely survive. Take this guy out. Survive the hit. Maybe I win next turn. Or not next turn, but the turn after. Okay, we'll end the turn there. Was there an anti-blocker deck he made? I think it was red something. Anti-blocker deck was this one right here. It was... This is the anti-blocker Shenlong Ultron deck with Death Scythe. Basically destroy blockers. The other deck that I made was... I'll have a video coming out on it, but it's going to be red-purple. Because Silver Bullet, people were spamming at the beginning. You basically play the entire red stuff, which also defeats aggro with cards like this. And Kshatriya. And then you have Giant Killing to destroy Gundams, or mostly to destroy silver bullets, because silver bullets are a thing. Or Ale Strikes. And then damage control to beat other things. And I lose. Let's play another game of this, and then we'll jump to different stuff. No, I think I really kind of just drew. Oh, I think that was one of those like games where you just draw one side of your deck and not the other side. Didn't get any of my blockers. If I had gotten my blocker, the 5/3 blocker, I would have probably won that game for sure. This hand, I have the link and I have the blockers, so I don't really like to keep this hand, but well, yeah, I think we're just gonna mulligan it actually, because we have this guy. We're gonna mulligan that. We're not gonna go with the keepable hand. We want the hand that we want. So I think going big is definitely better. Hey Defi7, sup? How's it going? Yeah, I think I would not play Pepsi Ping, although I need to work that deck because that deck is unique. Obviously, shout out to Talking Cards with Garrett and his crew who invented it and worked on it. But the red blue, like the red blue suppression late game deck, I have to. Oh, sorry, the Pepsi Ping deck I need to work on because there's slight adjustments you can make and see if the deck is viable. Because Blurple was the one that was really holding it back since I did it better. I don't really need to play anything here because it might die. I'm gonna go get my drink, so I'll be right back. We'll talk about. We'll go into red, blue, and all that stuff after this game here. Got my Starbucks to energize myself. Okay, we're playing against Academy. Playing against Academy. He's not gonna do anything to us that really scares us, so we're just gonna play the Phantom Zaku and we'll end the turn here. Thing to keep in mind against Academy is that this unit here only works on their own turn when it's destroyed. So if you destroy it on your own turn, then they don't get the EXP source. That's how most of the academy stuff works. The Lifrith also does the same thing. Damn, my Starbucks looks really nice today. Holy, whoever made this today was doing extra. Oh, Midnight just messaged me. Okay, he's gonna message me later today about that collab. Well, not collab, but casting. Soletta. Okay. So this is a card that you definitely want to remove from them as fast as you can. If possible. I do want to destroy this. Losing my unit's not a big deal. So we'll suicide this into that. Is he gonna give the -2? No, he's not. And then I'm going to simply play out the bigger version because I don't. This is a card that really breaks up your hand. So I'm just getting it out there now so I can kind of just start using it as a beat stick and then generating value. Right. I definitely played against Panda before for sure. Plays Lifrith. If you guys are interested in Academy gameplay or a deck tech video, UniTCG uploaded a video using Stella's deck list and a gameplay into Stella at their locals. So you guys should check that out if you guys want some more Academy content. Spoiler alert. Close your ears if you don't want to hear this, but I think for the people who might be interested, the Academy deck did win. So Stella did win against UniTCG. And I think they have more games played on the premium side or the membership side of UniTCG, UniXTCG. Thoughts on Zeong in green-red Xeon Rush? Yeah, 100%. You should play it in green-red as well. Definitely a good option. What do I have in my trash? Basically nothing, eh? Let's take this guy out. I don't know why I didn't use the first strike here. I'm again not fully paying attention, I guess. I have so many impulse Gundams that I'm just gonna grab another one. Whatever. They don't play any 2-1s. Right, I spend half my game looking around my locals due to slow ass blocker players. Yep, I agree. Mine's is mega aggro, but they're always just at new types at least. It's just super aggro every single time. Too many combo setups, and green white just doesn't have the firepower for the most part to kind of generate anything too crazy of a value like Destiny Gundam and the whole recycling your zombies back, and doesn't have like big cards like Wing Zero and stuff, or even Wing Gundam. I mean, Ferract is a card, but yeah. Debating between red-blue control or some type of red-green Zeong using Neo Zeong. Yeah, I think red-blue control is pretty good. Future RD, hey, how's it going? Hey, coach, how much of the MSR grind did you do on Minerva? Also, I was thinking about taking a red-purple list, playing Exia with Blitz and Lifrith in overflow. I think you can do that if you want to, but a lot of other people do that already, right? So, it doesn't really change too much. My attack is I'm gonna start sending my guys into him. Doesn't change too much. If you're gonna play Destiny Gundam with white, all you're gonna be basically doing in the best, probably the best build that there is you're gonna go blocker slop heaven, all the blockers in the world, except now instead of running Freedom Gundam, you have access to Destiny Gundam, which will just resurrect your blockers over and over again, which is just better than Freedom Gundam because where your blocker dies, it comes back to life. And so that's why I haven't been playing white at all. And you could play a more beatdown variant with white, but I don't think you need overflowing and all those things. I think red, white, or sorry, purple, red is a lot stronger than the other version. Let's slam this guy down. Let's slam an Impulse Gundam down just for whatever reason. He attacks into it, he does. I have so many. The grind on MSA with Minerva was basically non-existent. It was just 1 year war all the way through. What's up, coach? Any set 4 cards you like for red green clan? Thanks. You could, so I think you can get away with playing red green clan. I already said this in the previous set, but I think it's very, very much more a thing where you can play red green clan, but you don't actually, okay, so you don't have to play red green clan. You can play red plus something else clan or green plus something else clan if you wanted to. Obviously, the red side is, I think, way stronger than the green side. And you don't always have to hit off of the positives of Machu and things like this at all times. Because you do have access to like Minerva Squad or other decks and archetypes, maybe even the blue side with League Militaire that are already generating so much value that you might not need to 100% hit off Machu every single time. The first strike effect in order to be very good, or suppression and the ping damage. So because you lose the value out of, yeah, we don't get as much draw power out of the clan side, but we'll automatically get it out of the other packages that exist. So I think there's an avenue there. I think you can also adjust your clan decks now to go back to, hey, we need high maneuver against blockers, against Minerva Squad in particular, and we might need to adjust some things there. We also got access to the new red, what's this card called? We got this card, right? So Gundam Exia going into the clan deck now. You actually have a way to actually make it better into aggro. So we might not need to play as many burst cards, or we keep all the burst cards and we continue to play this card and replace something like Red Gundam. But if blocker swap is going to be very prevalent, then again we need to slightly just adjust what we're aiming to do with our clan deck and beat them up if we're going to stick to red green pure clan essentially. So those are my thoughts on it. I'm going to be doing clan stuff, but I'm really backed up with some coaching right now and some collaboration, I guess, with Midnight and other things. So yeah, I am trying to get through stuff. I have videos coming out as I show you guys every single stream. We got this Take a Seat purple red deck, and we also have the Holy Trinity. Okay, so we got 2 videos coming out for you CB enjoyers. Long waited video here. Got a super sick thumbnail from Jimmy. Sorry, I need to get back to my gameplay before I lose. Okay, let's kill his stuff. Let's attack this into this guy. If he gives me -4, it don't matter, he dies. Probably did this wrong here, it's not a big deal though. Let's play Impulse Gundam. Let's get rid of the Pharact. I'm doing this completely incorrect, by the way, guys. Just bear with me, as it can be difficult to play the game and reply and all that jazz at once. Love the thumbnails, great job on them. Yeah, it wasn't me, it was Jimmy, as you guys are obviously watching my YouTube videos. It was Jimmy and it was One Punch do my thumbnails, and then obviously our favorite person, Rain Knight, right? He also made the Minerva Zombies one, the last one. Sophomore Chan says, "You're a legend, bro. Any early calls for tier 0 /1? Thank you. Tier 0 /1. So I think the decks that existed prior, aka blocker slop and aggro, are still the most dominant crazy decks. And anytime I play on MSA and I'm playing 1 Year War or Blood Pool or anything that's very, very aggressive, it pretty much doesn't matter what yeah, it doesn't matter if I play into as long as okay, so I'm playing 1 Year War and aggro. If I am playing into a non-blocker slop deck and a non-aggro deck, I pretty much have smooth sailing, including into Minerva Squad and other decks. So if you're gonna build a deck for the current format, it's still GD01, GD02, GD03, where blocker slop is the best way, and like super aggro is the best way, for obvious reasons. So unfortunately, we haven't really moved past that too much. I wish we had, but we just haven't. I don't have any way to interact with him here too much. Just gonna end the turn here. We have a single blocker. We can get it back. We have Phantom Zaku and resting his units. Might lose the game, but it's okay. Distractions and stuff. So that's what I think the tier 0 to tier 1 is. The other tier 1 decks are Minerva by itself is very strong because of the blocker recursion. You can't close the games out against them, which basically ends up being like a freedom blocker endgame board state. And because of that reason, Wing Zero and Wing Gundam are going to be very strong against them. So Wing Zero basically puts Minerva in check and says, no, you will not take over the metagame or be a non-maximum blocker deck and try to play some more purple stuff. Because of Wing Zero, and then on top of that, Wing Zero obviously puts a lot of other decks into check, like CB or anything else that has like low amount of HP and is a little bit too slow compared to a full-blown Winnie Rush deck. And then CB is another tier 1 deck that people need to definitely play, because what CB offers is purple red CB in particular has access to level 6 Wing Zero board wipes, and against blocker decks it also has the ability to board wipe the blockers. So it's very good into both, and that is what I think are like my top decks at the current moment. So anything that was really good in the previous sets, and then in the future sets we have a little bit of CB and a little bit of Minerva coming in hot, that are solid, and probably like if Clan was something that was kind of hidden and not always gonna win or do well, and the O deck was just at the cusp of it but kind of kept out by aggro, CB and Minerva are kind of at slightly above the O level. I think CB is probably like right there, and we'll see if CB becomes something that can actually go all the way, but I don't think it's going to, because there's other decks that exist in the game that can kind of beat up on it, and both decks are slightly too not consistent enough. Okay, what the hell am I doing right now? Let's kill this guy. Let's kill this guy. Okay, cool. They did a job then. Thank you, House. Battle, do you think Psycho Gundam or the O could be competitive on GD04? So I built a Psycho Gundam deck. I will show you. I do still think the O is competitive enough, but again, the same weaknesses exist. in terms of, let me go back here real quick. This turn should be quick. Okay. Cycle Gundam deck. So I built this after my video on level 6 units and stuff, right? This is the deck that we built, or I built, I guess. And it is 5-1 in testing, I believe, in total. So I did win 5 games in a row, lost 1 of the games. And so you can still take this and play with it. Play test it if you want. Obviously, it's playing some of the best purple packages and stuff in blue. But again, we're capped at level 6, which people should obviously try to understand that you don't need to play things that are very, very high level. You can actually cater your decks towards being level 6 a lot more. And just because we play some of the best units in the game doesn't mean we're just like, oh, of course we're a purple deck that's doing really well. Unfortunately, we just don't have access to a lot of the other very, very strong level 6 units that are game enders. Right, so that's why Barbados is just the one that's in the deck for the most part. And this is our stability against all the aggro decks and other things in the game as well. To kind of keep us going with cards, we have Cycle Gundam 4 to keep us in the game. What the hell happened? Oh, you unforeseen me. No problem. Did you outwide him? This game right here, we are going to outwide him. Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna knock him out of the game very soon. I'm pretty sure I won the game here, so we're gonna just kind of play a blocker, play this, play this, play this. We'll attack his shields for 1 because if he draws a link, he can't kill me. He would have to draw like, yeah, there's nothing he can draw. And we'll kill him on the next turn. I guess I still didn't give him a pilot yet, so I'll just swing again. Alright, let me take a drink of my Starbucks so I can get some sugar in my brain and have a good time with that. Alright, let me, where's my straws? Oh my god, they didn't give me any straws this time. Those bastards. Okay, we're gonna start off with the... Do you guys want to see my my drinks again as usual? It's the same exact drinks, but I'm just asking. Show and tell if you guys want. So I do think that the Gundam is still competitive. It just depends on how competitive you want your deck to be. Right? Like this deck is actually a competitor. Just like the clan deck can be a competitor, CB is a competitor. There's multiple competitive decks. It just, are you wanting the best deck in the format, or the decks that are considered the, you know, the top 3-4 decks in the game, or something that can be an underdog at events, and if your scene might be a little bit weaker, you might have a lot more success with them. Or if your scene is extremely catered towards only playing blockers, and the O deck and Ultron decks will have a significant higher win rate than if your entire locals is very, very aggressive, like mine, where they just allow them to just net deck and play a lot of blur pull and 1-year war to try and win the new type challenges. And so that's pretty much what you play into. Then the O deck and these type of decks are obviously not going to hang with the amount of BS that the aggro decks put out. Is there a way to see your deck list? My deck list, I'm gonna copy and post it in the chat for you guys. You guys can see my CB stuff. Let me grab my CB stuff. Okay, so I'll give you guys my EX Burst link here. Copy link. So this is my EX Burst account. If you guys click on it, you guys can see all the deck lists that are available. Just know that when you only see 3 at the very top, let me show you guys. When you guys only see 3 right here, public decks, you guys only see 3. You do have to click on this page button, and there is a bunch of decks you have to go through. I believe, yeah, you have to go through a bunch, right? So try to find something. If there's something in particular you want, I can maybe grab it for you. Also, like, I just signed into chat. I should probably do that at some point, but yeah. Any blue-red control decks you can share for GD04? I'll be playing blue-red here in a second. So let's play Pepsi Pink. Let's play blue-red. Let's talk about that. I'm just looking for a deck that can survive NTC. Not expecting to go second with just top 3. Yeah, I mean, 1 Year War, if your thing is completely blocker slop, then you can either play blocker slop yourself, which I wouldn't recommend. Ultron and Shenlong is a deck. Wing, obviously, Wing can still do it, but I'll just play Ultron Shenlong. We don't need Wing Gundam because Wing Gundam is doesn't have a crazy powerful effect. So those are the decks that I would be suggesting that can really do well. CB is a deck that can actually hang 100%, like I was suggesting, right? CB is a deck that 100% hang. If you guys have not tested CB, okay, you guys need to test purple red CB and green purple CB, because you need to understand the power level that they're at and how strong and what their plays are into either blockers or aggro, because it is going to be a strong deck. 100% it's a strong deck. Okay. Back my location on the next stream. Hopefully I'll get some sleep. Alright, man, sleep well. I'm looking for a deck. Okay, baked beans. I'm building that green-red breach build, essentially using break units with Wu-Fei and Atherin for red stuff. Yes, you can do that 100%. Thank you. You have been eyeing the green-white Ultron one. Yes. You guys did see me on the first stream on the rank climb where I was like rank 2 or rank 2. I did pull it out against all the blocker slot players that were playing at the current time, and it did do really well into them. Yeah. Red blue, right? So let's build a red blue list. Somebody wanted a red blue list. So actually, before you do the red blue list, let's look at the old list, right? Where is my old list at? I actually don't know where my old list is at. Hopefully I didn't delete it because it's linked to my YouTube. Double strike right here, right? So this is where we were at in GD03. Obviously red, blue did well at certain tournaments and at the nationals and stuff like that for America, even in Japan and stuff like that. So obviously it is what it is. How to improve this deck list? Obviously we have access to white, we have access to purple now, like you guys saw earlier with the deck, but particularly in blue, I think that you don't need to play Unicorn Banshee mode at all. From Momo in the chat earlier, he was playing against somebody who got 3rd place at, I believe it was Nationals or at Worlds, and he was saying that you play red, blue Kshatriya, right? And then you add in a bunch of the new token guys, and he had a 76% win rate. I believe 76% win rate. Yeah, 76% win rate into Blurple in particular, with playing the entire Victory Gundam package here. So we could do that if we wanted to do Victory Gundam. I have a Victory Gundam deck already made for red blue. It still runs Kshatriya, still runs Meter Cruise and Banshee mode, or Unicorn Banshee mode. But it is based off of this because this by itself can put an end to aggro, and then obviously you're playing red on top of that, right? So that, I don't really want to go down this route. I think the deck that I want to build, I have to not make sure I don't change this deck. I want to build the Pepsi Ping deck. Right, we want to do Pepsi. And Pepsi Ping was built off of like things like gun tanks and stuff like this, and with the inclusion of the new Setsuna card, it does get better. We just have to see where we want to take it, essentially. So we have other cards like Banshee mode, right? We run like, I'm gonna run 3 copies of it because I do want to see it. And then we go down to all the Merida stuff. Kshatriya, Meter Cruise. People are running some G-Fred in here as well. I don't think you need to play G-Fred as much. All range attack is obviously a thing you can play. Battle Aces was a thing against bigger cards. This is also a very strong card against blockers, or sorry, against aggro decks. This is the one thing that's been keeping me afloat against aggro decks when I do play Wing and stuff. With Wing Zero and Wing Gundam, it's been very, very useful. And if I didn't have this, I would probably die 2-3 turns earlier. But because I have this, I either barely die or I win the game. Thank you. I've been eyeing. Yeah. Daniel. I was in pretty good luck with the Red Blue Merida Cruise the O. Yeah, you can also play Merida Cruise the O. There's some other deck lists that I've been talking about with Echo and other people as well behind the scenes. Red Blue Witcher Gundam for tokens, arrest, ping, and draw a card. Yes, exactly. That's pretty much the deck. Did you guys want me to play this on stream, or should I just continue with like other stuff like more Minerva, or try to do the Red Green Ultron deck? I don't know if we actually want me to play Red Blue on stream or anything. Since everybody kind of knows how it plays. It's not very new. I could play Academy as well. And I can also play CB. What did Nick say? Yeah. Would like to see Red Blue, but it might just be me, CB, or Academy. Okay, we'll play Red Blue. We'll play Red Blue. And then we'll get to the other stuff as well. Like to see your take on Control Red Blue list with the top end. Okay. So Red Blue control list with the top end is gonna be going back to my double suppression list, which is, close this out. Okay, I don't know why we're here, but it's gonna be going back to the double hit list here, which is going to be double strike. So if we go back to here, this is where the deck was last. Let's upgrade it so we can have a better chance of beating aggro decks. Then we can kind of play it from here. Now, Shore Resolve is no longer needed for the most part because we have access to NT1 Gundam, and I don't think we need. Shore Resolves are kind of too slow. So let's add in the XCF first because aggro is a big problem, and that's what we want to really deal with first and foremost. We're gonna have to add 4 of those into the deck. Now, because we're playing a lot of units, this is supposed to be a unit heavy. Well, this is not a unit heavy deck. It's still running a lot of commands here, for burst. So we want to play burst as much as we can. Yeah, we'll get a CB, but we'll play both CB versions for sure, because I do need to work on the green version as well. So I don't want to get run over by people playing units, so we need to play Messer type. I also want to be very aggressive into people that only want to play commands. So we have cards like Messer, Kshatriya. We don't need as many baby Kshatriyas, I'm going to be honest, because we have this guy now to take up space. So that's going to be cool. And then we honestly can reduce the Messer type by just a single amount there. Since it's just for there for the beatdown and into blockers specifically. That's how it's going to be. And then aggro is a bigger threat, I think. Blockers we can kind of deal with as we go about it. And then we need to move forward into how do we basically take out blockers pretty much always. That's basically a hard ask. And how do we get card advantage besides all the ping damage here? Lots of ping damage, lots of suppression. So this is a problem with like this whole thing, right? Playing red blues, you're very much stuck just only playing unicorn for the blue part. There's not much else you need to play with for blue. I think the meta is kind of becoming tokens are a thing, other things are a thing. Mining asteroid is fine. We do need to play an all range attack because I definitely want to destroy these people who have like all these crazy amount of things happening. So battle aces will help us against blockers. Improved technique will help us basically against. There's nobody playing really a beatdown deck. If they are, they have 2 HP like Minerva Squad, so we don't need to play improved technique as much. So this card's gonna be reduced. We don't need to rely on burst as heavily. So we're gonna remove that. I'm gonna keep these 2 cards. I don't know if I need as many of these as possible, but I do want to run this as a anti-aggro piece as much as possible. This is also anti-aggro and tokens and Zeongs. And then battle aces in there for blockers, although I can change this out for the deal 4 damage to something instead. But we'll keep battle aces here for now just because it has the burst effect. We have 6 more cards. We have a single base here. We'll play different bases. I don't think we got any new bases too much, so we're gonna add in the... Let's keep this at 2. I don't think we need more than 2 bases. All range attack, all these things are fine. We have 5 more cards to go. We don't want to include Nyan or anything. We could include Neo Zeong as even more top end. We could include blue blockers, but there's not really a point of including any blue blockers. I don't think we need to play more unicorns. We could include 1 more. We don't have overflowings or any like cycling options. So we need to find something else in a blue red that works with us. So we gotta scroll down, nothing really to look at here. There is cards like Human Karma that we could play and Extreme Hatred to rest units and deal damage. Is it worth playing? Not really. G-Fed is a card against aggro. If we play 2 copies of this, it's another unit on the board, which is quite costly. I'm going to play 1 copy of this for now. Probably going to actually reduce the Banshee Unicorn back to 2. And then scroll down. By the way, I have made decks with only 2 Kshatriyas and more of the baby Kshatriyas. Because you want the meter crews like on this, and then you can put Haman on the other guys as you please. This is a card that I find very interesting and useful if you want to stall the game out even later. I'm probably forgetting something at the current moment that could be pretty good. Anti-Gundam is my way of drawing extra cards if I pair it with somebody. We're just not going to play it at the moment though. We'll include that Show Resolve just a little bit for a card advantage. So we're going to play like 1 copy of the... Well, we'll play 2 copies of it at the moment because it's a good card. And then we just need to find something else to fill this out. A single copy of Nyan could work. As a 9th pilot, but there are problems with the deck when we do hit the 9th pilot. Things can get pretty rough. So maybe I just don't play this card. Yeah, I think we just don't play the Nyan. 9 pilots could lead us to some problems. A single Financer is fine. I'm trying to remember if there's any new cards that came out. Let me read chat. Oh yeah, there's Gundam Dynamis as well to ping your opponent's units and overwhelming force. Okay, maybe see which CB works. Play this. Hey coach, in my version I switched out Haman and Qbelly for G-Fred and Nyan for better control. Yeah, Paul, you can 100% do that. For sure, if you want to have better control, which is 100% a thing. But I love Qbelly because I played this, and I love getting suppression hits in and having that consistent 2 damage 24/7. But I can 100% see going Nyan for having a card that comes out earlier and controlling the board significantly more. And of course, G-Fred is an awesome mech, but so is Qbelly. So just going down the more like big boy beatdown variant rather than anything else. Also, Paul, to answer your question, I answered it earlier. The top decks in the game are basically everything from the previous set: aggro, GM spam, blocker slop is still a big thing, and then you have red white is got stronger, so red white is stronger, but it's still like kind of hanging in there. For all the people who were like thinking wing was amazing, that's where like the red white is actually at. And then besides that, we're looking at CB is very strong. Everybody has to play CB to get a feel for it. Not saying it's going to be the best deck in the game, period, because of how it operates, and it's still relatively new. But it is a strong deck for sure. Just how a lot of people were confused about Clan and didn't know how that worked, or Lupus. Lupus Carry and CB and Clan are strong decks. They're just not going to be strong into like aggro every single time or into blockers every single time. And just like the O deck. Neo Zeong will be interesting for top end. It seems hard to pull off. No. So you could do Neo Zeong. I'm staying away from it because that's entirely like a different style of... You could play red blue with that, but if we're going to play red blue, then we're playing Unicorn, right? That's the entire point of playing red blue with Merida Cruz. Just completely different builds, and the builds out there for Neo Zeong. Most of the Neo Zeong builds are just blocker slop though. They're just straight up play as many blockers as you can, and those are the ones that do the best. The curve is cleaner for sure. We have our play styles. Yeah. It's not even like, yeah, I can 100% play either way. Just like, you know, I just prefer to play Haman Q-Belly, and also Haman does like a bunch of damage with the other guys, while has synergy with all this, while Nyan doesn't. And I don't always want to mill my big end, right? While you're going for more control, I'm going for these big boss monsters, because they're more fun, I guess, for me. I dominated my locals with Zeong 1 year war yesterday. Hell yeah, Ragnos. Hell yes. 1 year war was insanely powerful. You guys saw me go on a 12 or 13, 12 game win streak yesterday. Almost a 13 game win streak. Should have been 13 or even 14. We need to add one more card to the deck somewhere here. Just trying to figure out exactly what that's going to be. Right, just trying to figure that out. Sailor's Gun Cannon, not really. Sugai's Gelgoog is a card we can play, but it's too expensive. And maybe we just don't play anything else too crazy here. Maybe we're just happy with what we have for the most part. I could play a Moment of Rest as well. I could play even more all-range attacks. Gun Cannon was definitely an option against other things if we played Amuro, but we're not playing Amuro. Yeah, just to get this over with, let's just slide in the Messer type here and keep everything on track. Let's go to Mosul Arena, get these games in here. It's gonna be ranked. Yeah, I've seen so many Neo Zeong decks all be blockers, and it turns me away from it. Exactly. That's why I don't want to like build something that until later. There's a lot of decks that I can build. Haven't got around to every single thing in terms of like actually building it and all that, because I know what the best decks are gonna be. So it's like, okay, you know, let's play with the other stuff first and then get around to it. What about the red guy that pings tokens for 2? Yeah, red guy that pings tokens for 3. I believe that's Sayla's Light Cannon. I don't want to play Sayla Light Cannon because it's a 1-of. And 1-ofs don't really exist in Gundam at all. That's just a random card. So everything here is pretty much fine. We don't have early game cards. We're going to mulligan for the early game cards. If we can. We do not get the early game cards. We got all this. There's a Messer. So yeah, I don't like Sailor Light Cannon at all, to be honest. I'm actually kind of a hater of that card. Not because it's a horrible, but it's inconsistent. Let's put the Messer type. We'll end the turn here. We'll slowly build up. This guy's playing red, white, Neo Zeong or something. Okay, let's attack his shields and go beatdown mode. Let's play another Messer type, and then let's play the base here just so he can't deal too much damage or anything. Okay, let's drink my drink more before all my drinks go away. Turn to warm water. Also, I'm trying to get through some of this stuff a little bit quicker because of I do have coaching in a couple hours. BRB. Alright, sorry, my aunt was calling me upstairs. My favorite deck, right, white, ping, Hamami, and Marita. I see you're playing Messer. I remember another deck list. You had it right. I see you're playing both in the deck now. Yeah, because I do want to against blocker decks. Messer type can destroy them, and against non-blocker types, I can. He can do fine, pretty much. Do you think a unicorn heavy deck could be competitive this season? I'm really hoping to make the new one work somehow. I don't think so. Every single time I played against a unicorn deck, I pretty much destroyed it. At least with the top tier meta decks. I think you can play it and it can do what it does, but I don't think it's too crazy. The card basically doesn't do anything, unlike the O. Like when you play the O, shit go down. But when you play the unicorn, it's like, okay, whatever. And most of the time, if you're trying to go for the crazy, I'm gonna wipe this whole board, it's like, okay, you wipe the board, but you're dead, because for me to have a board that's all tapped, your shields must be at like 0, basically. Right? So again, it's not very worth it. And then he cannot attack into the shields twice in a row, unlike Banshee mode, which is what makes Banshee mode something that can actually win the game by itself a lot of the time. Okay, I'm just gonna run over here. I'm gonna concede. Go next. Thoughts on Destiny deck? Do you think it will do well against top decks? What color is usually better with it? Purple red is the better color for Minerva, for sure. But if you want to be a degen like most people, then the best deck with Destiny Gundam in particular is you play 4 copies of Destiny Gundam, you play the Minerva stuff, and you highly play as many goddamn blockers as possible. So you basically become a blocker swap deck. Which I said earlier, you play a blocker slot, freedom blockers, 10,000 blockers, and then you basically go, okay, I now have this new card called Destiny Gundam, which resurrects my blockers from the trash. And thus I have infinite blockers. And thus I will win the game because I have infinite blockers. So that is the best Destiny deck. You know, my buddy Nate, he pretty much is also on Minerva. He bought the entire Altars for the entire deck, and his win rate skyrocketed when I told him, hey, if you just play blocker swap with Destiny Gundam, you will basically never lose. And his win rate has just shot up to the roof. I know we all want to build decks and stay away from some of the nonsense that exists in the game, being blocker swap and GM rush, and a lot of decks can play a lot of different ways and be creative until you start asking the question of, is this good enough to win a new type challenge? What are my best odds? And it always comes back to blocker swap or aggro rush because it's so toxic. I don't want to play too many things here. I'm gonna attack his shields for sure though. And then, do I want to remove this unit off the board or not is the real question. Because I'm going to level 6 next turn and I can do other things. I think the answer is yes, I do want to. What just happened? Oh my god. Why do I do this to myself? Okay, well, whatever. We'll just waste a card there. No problem. Hey coach, what would be the best draw engine to pair with the Red Clan? Big G-Quox fan. So Red Clan does its own thing, and then the only draw power you have in Red Clan is Machi, right? And then obviously the level 7 that draws you a card, so you can kind of just stick with that. And then you can pair it with the best draw engine that pairs with Red Clan. I think that the League Militaire has a pretty good way of, number one, destroying aggro if you can get it off, and number two, yeah, destroying aggro pretty much if you can make it work. And then you can kind of rely on the clan stuff to finish off the game afterwards. GM Russian blocker slop. That's why I wonder why Bandai never playtested its games. Yeah, even if they didn't playtest it, they chose to make a decision that they're going to not make any changes to the game, not ban any cards, not do anything. Probably because the game is screwed and there's too many problems with it. And if they ban Adept and Gundam and Amuro and, I mean, any card they ban, pretty much, they're releasing SPs and Altars and all this trash for like every single card. And like, well, if we release an SP called Adept in the next set, we can't really ban anything. And then if we ban Corsica base, or restrict it now, then we release a card called Zeong. The community is going to have expectations of us to also ban or restrict that card as well, which again, I'm pretty sure that would happen pretty much. And those decks are still very, very powerful. The only thing is going to be that the Neo Zeong stuff, sorry, not Neo Zeong stuff, that the Zeong stuff, they've introduced a lot of even more RNG into the game for white and red, where you kind of have this like high roll potential of having Graceful Demeanor come out of shields or multiple Graceful Demeanors to kind of combat aggro. And then you also have Exia Gundam, which can kind of like kill something, or you play into a very rogue deck, like you're playing blocker swap, you play into Ultron, there goes your, you know, your NTC or your regional run basically, or you go into regionals and you're playing a good deck, and all of a sudden like you play aggro and you go in, you attack your opponent's shields, and every time you attack, it's Graceful Demeanor from their hand or their shield area especially, and you just can't cross the finish line just in time. Especially that the way the Gundam is designed, you're now challenged by the RNG of the game, which we all know the RNG of Gundam is absolute garbage, because you break 24/7 and all that jazz. And then on top of that, you are going to be right on top of the RNG of Gundam. You're now challenged with the RNG of not only the burst cards that I was pushing for a long time, right? The burst style decks. You now have even more people playing these burst cards, or not even just burst cards, but command cards that really slow down the pace of the game. And that can add another layer of, hey, now there's another 5% chance or 10% chance you're gonna lose a game, just because if you guys play D&D, it's like rolling a 20. Yeah, you don't always roll a 20 or a 1 or whatever, but you're gonna, in a 9-round tournament or at a NTC, if you're going 5 rounds, there's still a chance you can roll a 20. You can roll a 20 twice in a row sometimes, and that's just one part of it. There's still the 20% chance to lose any game you play, period. So now you add 5% to that, so now everybody has a 25% chance to lose against certain decks. And then you also have all these rogue decks that can actually just annihilate you if you don't get the wrong pairing. And yeah, it's just been kind of building up. From GD01 it was like, okay, GD02, and the GD03 it was like, okay, now we have like, well, number one, me pushing videos and people actually playing other decks that were just not the same blocker slop or aggro, and playing red, white, blue, white, other variations, and burst styles, and clan started winning a bunch of tournaments. Ramp, wing, all the jazz was good, and so that changed the format a little bit there. But overall, in GD04 now we're again at the same thing where yes, there's CB is now a deck, and can you build your deck with 50 cards to defeat every single deck in the format? And the answer pretty much is like, not really. You can't really do that. It's too difficult in a best of one format, and in a game where everything is inconsistent, in a game where most of your cards are like vanillas for a lot of the like lower end decks, and in a game where if you design your deck to completely shit on blockers, you will get shit on by aggro. If you design your deck to destroy aggro, you will get destroyed by blockers. And you guys have seen me on here playing 1 Year War, and most of the games it's like, wow, this guy's playing blocker swap, I'm gonna lose, or it's gonna be very close. And if I play into anything else like Minerva Squad, most of the time I just end up winning, unless I have a very slow start or something. And like things like Wing Gundam decks, just dude, Wing Gundam, if you take a GD01 Wing Gundam list and it's not blockers all over the place, you're gonna get destroyed by so many more decks in the game, because they have access to suppression, they have access to like so much burn damage. You're already so weak into red decks in the first place. There's just a lot of stuff going on. If I pair this, nothing happens. If I pair this, nothing happens. He has to block the suppression, kind of, not really, but kind of. Just run all 2-1, 2-2s and draw. Yeah, and then just play Gundam Amuro and you basically just do perfectly fine. Okay. So we won this game. Who mentioned me in a video? Judo Kame mentioned me in a video. Interesting. Is this a hand I want to keep? F it. If he's playing blockers, we'll keep it. Let's see if he's playing blockers or not. And we got the aggro, anti-aggro card anyway, so we're alright here. He is playing aggro. We can hit him with a close combat. We are just gonna kill this thing. And not worry about anything. And if he plays 2 guys, we'll do damage against him as well. Let's subscribe to GD04. He just gotta upload a video and tag me in it. I want to see what deck list he's using. If it's Red and Bounce. Okay, he's playing a Show Resolve, Anti Gundam, and stuff like that. Rig Dom, Master Type, and the turn. Okay, let's go back to YouTube real quick. Got like 3 things. Okay. Live. Rig Dom swings. That's all he does. I don't want to take too much damage. We're gonna attack into this, and then we'll just kind of pass there, end the turn. This guy must have a very slow start, which is good for us. There's 45 viewers in chat right now, which is awesome. We jumped right to our peak essentially immediately. 48, as I say that. Appreciate all of you guys being in here. Oh yeah, by the way, who checked out my video yesterday and the comment section, who enjoyed everything crazy going on in there? It needs to only have a rested CV unit, so it doesn't really work right now. We will just attack into the base and take it out. 54 viewers in chat. Take that out, play the Kshatriyas on the turn. This is the deck list of currently playing. It's just a tiny bit of an upgrade over the suppression double strike list from the YouTube video that I put out a while ago. Just quickly updated it a little bit and running with it for chat. Nothing is there to activate. It was amusing but understandable in your point of view. Yeah, I just want to make sure everybody who's listening here right now that I think there was a lot of confusion in that video, especially once you start reading the comments section. That video was me addressing something that could go very wrong in the future, in terms of like how I would like the game to go for the most part, especially if we want it to be a competitive game. And my reasonings why and how, etc., all that jazz for people to understand. And not really something that is fully happening at the current moment. He is linked. He's level 4. Ping. Take it out. Take out his base. Like, is he playing Big Zeong? What is this? I want to keep these in my hand for, like, the future. But at the same time, I don't, because I just want to kill him. Great. Okay, we're just gonna drop these and say whatever. I haven't watched it yet. Yesterday was crazy. Yeah, I think today it's not gonna be a super long stream today, I'm pretty sure, unless my client cancels on me. But I've got coaching and I think 2 hours here, and then at some point today I've got to link up with Midnight, your guys' favorite, the O player. And yeah, the comment section was a hellscape of people. Haven't watched it too. Gotcha. Yeah, if you guys do watch it, or if you guys did watch it, make sure you guys comment on the video, on your thoughts and all that jazz. The more comments it gets is better. You told everyone their favorite game is poorly designed and they didn't like that very much. Yeah, it felt like that. It felt like that might have been the case. This is why I'm running all range attack to destroy units like all those tokens. And we're gonna continue to try and destroy all the tokens that he plays. Now we got G-Quux as well in case he plays a second Xiong Link, which he probably will. Another base, man. He's played all 4 now. 1, 2, 3, and then that's the 4th base in a row. Yeah. But just to be clear, anybody who's gonna go watch that video, all 50 viewers, or has not seen it yet, it is very much a, hey, this is something that is important that I can see being a problem in the future, or that Gundam might be leading to, and we do not want this to happen. So raising a big red flag, security, cyber attack alert, blah blah blah. Not saying it's going to 100% happen, but hey, what does happen if everything becomes about card advantage and more card advantage? All range attack, time to shine. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All range attack. Well, if I can get a link, I can kill him. Those orange attacks are gonna wreck token decks. Yes, they're in my decks on purpose, as you guys saw in GD03 from my videos. That because purple was actually hurting itself, it made orange attack pretty much be a 1 damage, finish something off, if not multiple things, and made it that purple might have to kill their own guys if they wanted to do some pink damage shenanigans. But on top of that, now that we have so many tokens with Xiong and the League Militaire deck, I don't want to run into a League Militaire deck randomly and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I ran into the League Militaire deck and I don't have orange attack. But if I do run into the League Militaire deck, I have an easy access to completely destroying them and keeping them out of the game. Was the entire plan. It's always nice to have a Kshatriya go off. Another win. We're actually winning and climbing with these decks. Okay, let's get off of this and let's go to CB real quick. I think. Let's look at chat first. Plenty of time to build a green-red Ultron anti-blocker stopper. Yes. Rose Mia and Cyber Gundam MK2 worth in a Cyber New type deck? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say it's not worth it in a Cyber New type deck because it's just high level and everything, and you're better off playing other decks that are just stronger. I did play against somebody who was running Rose Mia Cyber Gundam twice on the ladder, and it just didn't do its thing. Even if they did get to level 7. I took LM to locals yesterday and went to a Green White Academy and Purple White Vagan. League Military? Yeah, League Military is a thing. I was trying to build a white base deck. I never got around to like actually finishing it. I guess I did finish it. No, this is not a League. This is not the white base deck, but this is a League Militaire. Let's put this on the ladder if you want to lose some points. But hopefully we pair into aggro or something and have a good time. Haven't ran into aggro just yet, so maybe it's not the time to run this deck. But let's run League Militaire for you guys. And for Paul at the gym. Paul's probably watching my video from yesterday. He's probably done watching the video because it's 27 minutes long only. Irregular Hunter, what do you think is the top deck in GD04? I don't think there is a top deck in GD04, but if we were trying to take into account like what has the highest win rate or the best odds of doing well at a tournament, again, it's still aggro, because aggro is one of the only decks in the game that if your opponent breaks, you win. If your opponent has a slow start, you win. If your opponent doesn't deal lift width on curve, you pretty much win. And if you have the God Hand, essentially, which is just GM into Gundam Amuro link, you win the game. And it takes quite a bit of effort for your opponent to actually not lose. So aggro is still number one just because of how it is and how early it can do its things. And a lot of decks just cannot hang with it, period. While a lot of decks can at least play a game into blockers. So that is going to be like aggro still number one, etc. Moving past aggro though, the biggest, strongest deck from GD04 that's playing its own archetype and doing its own thing, I believe is going to be CB. Purple red CB is very, very strong into aggro, which is why I put it so high. So we are playing into a blocker deck. Unfortunate. It is what it is. I am going to play this guy, end the turn, and just try to go do stuff against him. And then people are going to still play 50 blockers. I don't know what's with people that enjoy. We're not going to build a deck that works. We're going to build a deck that has, you know, like 38 blockers in it, and then 12 cards that are Wing Gundam or Unicorn or whatever the hell they want. But 38 of them are blockers. It's like, okay, great. Such a fun time. Okay, so I kind of want to start generating all my resources here early on. So let's do the resources. So this is where we can generate infinite resources, and this is what I was talking about in my video yesterday, that we just drew a card, and now it's how many times can I do this to my opponent is the question. And there's not a lot of consistency in this game right now, so if he doesn't have an armor link or something crazy, then he is not going to be able to basically get a whole ton of work done. Okay. Gonna block me, no big deal. And I could kill this right now, but I'm not gonna bother. Will I play blockers because I like to have a game that isn't over in 4 turns? I mean, you can play blockers, but I just think people who just shouldn't default to playing infinite blockers and winning the game by playing 50,000 blockers, period. Like, you know, you're playing League Militaire and you have a blocker wall. I understand it because your core fighter turns your guys into blockers. That's kind of the thing. But a lot of people on the ladder and in tournaments, right, it's just GM spam, blocker spam. You gotta pick your poison, and it's like, okay, we gotta do this to win, and they're both equally toxic. Obviously the aggro might be a little bit more toxic, but yeah. Do I want to generate even more value here? That is the real question. There's no reason not to really generate more value, or do I want to summon more tokens? Let's just slam down some stuff here first of all, and then we'll end the turn and do something next turn depending on what he does. It's Momo. Momo, how has your testing been going? What's the news? What do you think are the best decks in the game? And your friend, Mr. Number 3. Okay, here we're against blockers. Very, very annoying. We can rest something and swing into it with this guy, which we're gonna activate. Select this. Rest his blocker. Attack into the blocker. 62 viewers. That is a big record for our stream here. Welcome in everybody who is new. We are pretty much gonna, we could swing and generate another token, but I want to save this for the draw power and just keep this guy around. I wish V-Gundam got an alt art so bad, because I love how V-Gundam looks. I love, like, the build of his mech suit. But his mech suit looks way cooler once you have those cannons on top of him. Like, man, that is awesome. That is awesome. Well, I play blocker because I like to, okay, but we expect some CB and League as well in our area. He is swinging into the blocker. He wants to generate value. I can simply block this and trade, forcing him to attack into me again. But I have more tokens and stuff. I can. It's fine. But V-Dash has an altar. I thought V-Dash doesn't have an A. Wait, what the hell? Does V-Dash actually have an altar? I don't think V-Dash is an altar, right? Yeah, it doesn't. It's Victory Gundam has. Wait, it's not showing us yet. Is there an altar? Wait, there is an altar. Oh, there is an altar. Oh my god. Okay, it's not as cool looking as I thought, but I'm glad it has an altar. Thanks for letting me know. I'm very happy that it has an altar because I think it looks sick. I mean, I kind of like this art more. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. Activate the ability, rest this unit, rest the Ale Strike. And then we simply just start sending things towards things. We'll see if he wants to unforeseen or something. I don't know. He's gonna play a bounce spell. What does he want to do? He's gonna play the bounce spell. Okay, no problem. So what we're gonna do here is pretty much attack with this guy. I'm gonna take out the Ale Strike here. He's playing a red-white deck, so he's gonna play Neos. No, he's gonna play something. Blastoise Gundam? Yeah, exactly, Matthew. Exactly. I think he looks so cool. I wish the altar was slightly different, though. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I do like that there's actually guys behind him, so they're going with the right direction. But I do wish that it was more of the pose that he has on here, right? Where it's like, I wish this was just the altar where like his big cannons are all shiny, like it's all like crazy looking and posing really, really cool. Instead of like this like angled pose. But I'm glad he got one. I'm glad he got one. Let's see, okay, 66 viewers, guys. Welcome in, everybody. Playing some Gundam. Okay, what the hell do I want to do here? I kind of want to... he killed my V-Dash Gundam. Good thing I have another one. And then I can activate Victory Gundam, put the pilot, activate this, rest this, rest this guy, and then I can pretty much do I want to suicide this? Yeah, let's suicide this guy because I have another one and he's useless. Let's draw a card off of this. Let's draw another card off of this. Never run out of cards. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, see guys, see what I'm talking about? Like, it's kind of ridiculous how many cards I'm drawing. It's kind of absurd. Not gonna lie. Neo Zeon comes in. Ping something for 3 damage. Solid. I don't have any way of interacting with his Neo Zeon or any way of resting it. He's gonna bounce the token, and then he's running out of cards, but he's gonna generate a bunch of value off of the Neo Zeong. Now, if he wasn't playing Neo Zeong and playing something else, I would have so much value. It'd be kind of crazy. Okay, let's get the breach damage in. Okay, I should have done the other way instead of me walking into a burn spell, which we don't, but it's okay. Neo Zeong again, that's gonna do big damage to us. Played someone that was running Neo Zeong with LM and that sucked when it got rolling. Yeah, it's can be pretty strong. For sure. Oh man, he draws another one. That's what I'm talking about. Like the high roll off of Graceful Demeanor is really what can go crazy for a lot of people. I might lose my entire board here, but it is what it is. I mean, I'm just trying to go for game at this point. Hopefully he doesn't have another Neo Zeon card to ping my entire board. Looks like he doesn't. I have to block this because this guy cannot attack his shields. A bunch of blockers. I have no way of getting the blockers, which is very sad. I have to just attack into him. Yeah, play a blocker, end the turn. A third Neo Zeong? Damn. We're just gonna concede here, no point. I wonder if that was a Justin top 4 national player. Probably not. I think he has a different username that he goes by. Okay, that's this deck. Red Green Dynamics. This is a deck that I want to play and adjust. So let's start testing this. This is our Rizal. This is Exia for anti-aggro. This is obviously very, very strong. Lock on Dynamis for breach. Kyrios here to basically again counter all the token decks. Here is our way to deal with standing units. Here is extra value that we might or might not need to play. Because it is like a higher end card. Gonna again more value here with first strike and breach. And then this guy's obviously our Wing Zero. We can also put Wing Zero straight into the deck, but I'm choosing not to because we have all these cards that will get hit by Wing Zero. So there's no reason to have a card that you can't play till turn 8. It doesn't combo with anything. Tackle Visionary to go get all of our pilots and units, especially the red Kairos. Where is he? There he is. Thorn. And then we have Bridge Crew and all the pilots here. We're playing 0 bases because bases are not needed. This game is rough. It is rough. We almost had him with that though. Almost did it. Going second. We are going to... I don't know if I want to keep this hand. 2 tacticals, go through our deck. We have the one piece here, but we don't have any early game aggro cards. We're gonna mulligan it. We drew one of them. We're gonna not do anything else. Anything in chat? Is there no bases? Nope, no bases. Played blue green Dynamis deck, Shenlong, Wufei, Lock On, and Amuro Gundam with blue pink packet with Xeon, Winnie's, and Bitch Crew. Won a lot of locals, but then Unicorn came to my life. Yeah, Unicorn. Yeah, there's a lot of things. GD04 adds a lot new things you can do, like real things you can do. I can attack into him with Lock On, I believe. Hallelujah, Lock On. That's definitely what I'm going to be doing here. Because I don't want him to get the value off of this. Did I just misread this? I misread it. My bad, guys. This is what happens when you're getting messaged privately about coaching. I'm free now for the next 2 hours. Okay. I might have to cancel or close the stream here. Oh, and it's back at 6 my time if that works. Alright, never mind. We're gonna do basically stream till 3 p.m. so another 2 hours, and then I'm gonna coach from, and then we're gonna do coaching from 3 to 5, and then 6 to 8. Okay. I can kill this guy without taking any damage. This is cool. This guy doesn't work. Oh man, I want both of these. This gives me extra drop power. This gives me first strike. I definitely want the pilot. Well, I can get both. Let's grab this guy. Let's first strike this guy out of the picture. Take 0 damage. Okay, he bounces it to my hand. And the turn. Now, something about this card is that when you play this card against non-tokens, especially even against tokens, I guess, you're not generating value. You're generating tempo and slowing the game down, but you're minusing yourself a single card, which, again, I mean, Minerva Squad and Blocker Slop is going to be pretty good at not caring about that, but yeah, that's a thing. Okay, no more DMs. No worries, man. Thanks for the stream. No worries. Gotta pay those bills. Love the content as always, coach. Thanks, Harry. Boom. I'm here, coach. Hey, Hans. He's here. Look, it's my client. That bounce fixed your earlier error. Yeah. Kind of did fix my earlier error. So, I have breach. I have lock on. I have this. I don't have much else. Attacking standing units is cool, but I definitely want the breach first striker guy, I think, for later. Let's just play a bunch of cards, and then we'll end our turn. By the way, did MSA fix the Curious Trans Am bug where he doesn't get breached from Hallelujah? I have no idea. I just started playing this. I'm assuming that they did, but it didn't. Because Guess maybe we'll find out this game. We're going in. We're going in. Bridge crew, more lock-on interaction. Level equal to or lower than this unit. Okay. Let's do something about that. I can also play this to get the value here. Bro, I keep messing up this thing up so badly. It's not even funny. It's completely my fault. Well, at least he's got breach, right? Actually, it's not even super soldier, so it doesn't even have breach. The reason why I'm using bridge crew over She's Order is that it allows you to attack into any unit period as long as it's not paired, which happens quite often. And number two, it's a activate from burst effect, so I can get it to my hand for free, which means when I use it to trade into something standing or anything like that, I don't actually lose any card. Because I got a +1, so I just go -1. It's perfectly fine. So I also have a single ult out of bridge crew in person, so we're in the bridge crew. But Maganek is an option, and then bridge crew is the card that I would go with here. Man, I'm just losing games for no reason here. I should probably start not losing games. Yeah, it's a very good card. Even though I'm trolling here. So like here I can activate bridge crew. Attack into this guy. And then I pretty much don't have anything else to really do here, so I'm gonna die. So let's just concede because I have no base anyways. Okay, let's go again because that was not a real game. Yeah, I know, right? Mulligan for the better cards. Well, we have Tactile Visionary here to spam it out what we want. Play this, grab the early aggro card, end the turn, see what happens. Guys, we're up to 68 viewers. That's a record for sure. I don't know if we're getting a bunch of popularity or it's Monday morning and everybody wants to chime in and not go to work or something, but it's cool. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Let's obviously play this card. Let's go grab, we could grab the pilot here or the bigger card. I want to grab the pilot in case we're playing into like, whether it's blockers or not, doesn't matter. We're gonna have more opportunities to link and generate value off of his ability. My phone is low on battery. That's not good. This guy hasn't played anything. We just gotta pass. I don't know what he's doing. Some European countries here to have a holiday. Ah, okay. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's a lot of Europeans that are up in this afternoon over there. So the repelling against the O will activate the lock on. We'll get this ability off while attacking to it. Which holiday? Yeah, which holiday is it? GD04 is the first time I feel unsure of the meta. I think it is just a good time to be an authority of the game. Well, the authority, if you're mentioning me, says that the game is complete RNG, a ridiculous amount of it, and yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I don't want to attack into him because he could try to kill me next turn. I kind of want to wait and get use of this. Actually, I can play this right now, and is he a super soldier? He is not, so let's not do that and mess up this time. And this guy just basically does nothing. So let's just end the turn here, and the next turn I can kind of interact the way that I want and link with Hallelujah as well here. Yeah, so the only reason I think most people are unsure of the meta game is because there's been an influx of RNG by giving white access to Graceful Demeanor, which at the right time is going to affect the board drastically. Like getting 2 striker packs at once or something. And then giving access to... I mean, Blocker Stop and Aggro are still the same thing. Nothing really changed there. But giving Zeong to aggro and 1-year war has now basically allowed them to also beat you by going wider or just having... You have to get over so much more to actually defeat them. And then that means you might need to include cards that destroy 1/1s and deal damage to everything. So I don't think we need to be uncertain about it. King's Day, not King's Day in the States. Got it. Okay, so where's this card that I was gonna use? Pop this guy. Then I want to... I don't want to lose my CB unit. We're almost at level 8. So I think we're pretty happy where we're at right here. Just gonna play this kind of passive game because once you have double Thorn in your hand, if I go to level 8 and he decides to drop a bunch of Lifrits, I will double Thorn and nuke his entire board as long as it has 4 HP. Which has been really strong. You guys got to see it yesterday, and 2 of his units survived with 1 HP, so that made a difference. Is he going to go for the 4-2 or not? Because he has to assume that I'm playing more of those in my hand. Okay, that's what I thought. So hopefully in the next couple turns he builds up even more 4 HP units like that one. And I can pop his entire board, which will be very, very strong. And that's one of the ways where Red CB can... I mean, Red CB is basically doing all the work, I'm going to be honest, for CB right now. And then just, do you want to have lock on in Kairos, or do you want to have purple? So I definitely need space for these 2 guys. So I'm going to play like something pretty big here. And then I'm going to kind of call it... I'll call it here, and then we'll see what he does, and I'm gonna try to initiate the nuke. Okay, we'll see if the nuke can kill. How many we can kill? Can both effects go off per turn of Thorn? Yeah, so all you gotta do with Thorn is when you deploy him, you choose 1 to 2 of your other active CB units, rest them, Okay, and then you can play the and then it deals 1 to 2 damage to everybody, so 2 damage. And then you'll play the second one, because you're on level 8, you have 8 resources, and you'll rest the one that you currently played and something else, deal 4 to everything. I'd rather have Sasuna than Lock On, but Access Technical Vision is worth a lot. Yeah, it is pretty solid. I also rather have Purple and Setsuna with Trans Am, because Trans Am is crazy powerful. So he's gonna play right into our hands right here, which is awesome. We get to showcase the power of this right here. So we're gonna literally just go for it. We're gonna rest our units here, pop everything. We're gonna play this again. We're gonna rest our units here and pop everything. There we go, guys. That's a complete board wipe. You guys just saw the power of what we can do with this, and this is why we are not out of the game against blocker decks, and we can do this against aggro, obviously, but this is one of our outs to getting a huge amount of advantage against blocker decks in particular. And his Ale Strike even is significantly weakened now, so he's gonna die no matter what he does. So yeah, you guys just saw that fire off. Again, if you guys have not played CB, you guys should, and I have a video coming on CB. But I need to test the green-red version a little bit more. And I don't think this deck is going to be the best deck in the game, but again, if you do go to a tournament, just like Lupus is going to be one of the contenders that can actually top a regionals that do really, really well, depending on who you pair into and your luck at the time. So, yeah, especially if your opponent doesn't understand what CB does or how to play into it. Like one of the newer new types, like the very first ones, your locals and stuff, you can get away with a lot of things. Like our opponent here probably just played into our hand and we completely crushed him. Obviously he still has a bunch of cards in his hand, but we have way more cards. So very, very powerful ability there. And you can see here, everything has like 5 AP, 5 AP, 5 AP, 5 AP. He's going to basically lose his units no matter what he swings into. And then we have a bunch of breach, like a bunch of ways to basically combat anything that's blocker heavy all the time. And blockers don't have a way to generate more card advantage too much of the time. They're really relying on playing show resolves and, you know, generating advantages through Kira, which you saw. He didn't really get to generate any advantages or hit my shields. And then we get to basically annihilate everything, and now he's low on cards compared to me. Big beans, yeah, I'm going full red green CB, and yeah, I agree, red purple is also badass. Yes sir, more cards and a full board. Yes sir, literally a full hand pretty much. So now we can attack into standing units if we want. Question is, how do we want to go about doing that? We can also just rest everything and ping everything for 1 damage, but we're not going to do that. We're going to play this thing. We're going to allow this thing to attack into standing units. Oh shit. We did it wrong, guys. We did it wrong. But it's okay. Let's attack his shields here. We messed up again. Not a big deal. We're going in, we're going in. So I've got a bunch of coaching and stuff to do today, so it's going to be a shorter stream. And then tomorrow, I believe I also have coaching, but late at night. And I'm going to be talking to Midnight today and asking him about what is happening on tomorrow, I think. What was a misplay? Oh, I was going to attack into his units, but I deployed Gundam Kairos, and I didn't have any paired Super Soldier trait. What I was trying to do is play Hallelujah Super Soldier onto this unit and then let him attack into a standing unit and first strike and then draw a card, but I didn't do that correctly. He unforeseens me, no problem, because now we can do this and first strike and draw a card. Pretty sure. Miss a chance to attack one of the active units, yeah. So let's draw a card for free, and then let's just slam a bunch of guys down and enjoy our lives. We're only at 239 points. Kind of sad. We should be at a lot more. I really want to get to 300. That's a big break point. We're obviously not going to get there today or even tomorrow, but I definitely want to get to probably 500, 600 by the end of the week. Card draw wins games. Yeah, card advantage wins games, which is why my video that I uploaded, if everybody has infinite card advantage, or not infinite, but like a shit ton of it, then at some point card advantage doesn't matter. Like, we're literally on turn 10. I have so many more cards to play. It's going to take a long time before I run out of cards, really. So if all of a sudden CB gets like a Sharpzocker 2 and stuff, we're going to get even more cards. It's going to be crazy. Does MSA reset the scores? MSA does not reset the scores. I believe your scores will go down if you lose games and maybe if you don't play for a long time. They reset the scores after the next set comes out, I believe, or like a starter deck comes out or something. Just like seasons, so every 3 months they reset it to change the season. So GD03 has its own season. GD04, GD05 is when the great reset happens. It's kind of playing bodies right now because it's over. Make sure you guys like the stream, guys. Like the stream so more people who see it, see that a lot of people liked it and all that jazz. I don't know if it's gonna do anything, but apparently it's supposed to. I mean, you could just use the 2-1 AP Zaku once halfway set. I think they might do something different for EV1. Yeah, they're probably gonna do something different for SD Gundam. We'll see if there's even like cards in there that are even meant to be played in normal format. I'm gonna assume that they're 100% R, but I have no idea with Bandai. No, I mean the Zaku. No, I mean the Sharpzocker 2. If we had the Sharpzocker 2 searcher ability, we would have even more of a card advantage. It would just be ridiculous. GD03 had 2 seasons? Okay, that's good to know. So that 2 seasons. Bro, can you just quit the game? Like, I won. Just sitting here like for no reason. Thank God we're up to 242. Like, I don't like that I only went up 3 points here when you're supposed to get 5 per win, but it is what it is. Okay, is there anything we need to change about this deck? I don't want to play it too much. I don't like this card at all, which is a card. That's why I said 2. I really don't want to play this card. I feel like you just don't need it. You could play 2 bases now instead. So like, is there a CV base that's like not? Well, I know there's a red one. I don't think there's a green CV base though. No, thank you. Can't run that. Don't need to play that. We can run some burn damage if we really wanted to, but no real need for that. This is not bad for a big AP boost as an action. Up to 3 units means you can just kind of run over aggro like crazy. You know, like just run them over completely. Which is cool. This card's not bad actually if you just want to be a little bit aggressive. Which I don't really want to do because I don't want to go down the whole GM aggro route at all. Although you could probably make this deck into like a Pepsi Ping version. So it'd be Pepsi Ping where instead of Amuro you have like Dynamis, and then instead of the ping damage you have Thorn to ping everything, and then you have some extra first strikes to make this deck even better. And then attack standing units instead of pinging with gun tank, and then you have this random like all range here. We could play 2 of these to combat aggro a little bit more. I don't want to play more of those. I don't want to play these either. I think we just add a base here. What base will be run? Fall Mill? No thanks. We could run a ping base for whatever reason. Or we could just run this. We could run Valiant for extra AP. Extra AP is not bad. Trinity Worship obviously is there to ping damage onto people. I don't know if that's exactly worth it. We'll put in 2 red bases. Just to have some sort of defense against the dark arts, you know? Trinity Worship is the red one. Yep, Trader Jammo. Namput. You don't seem to think highly of Breach at all, but to me it seems strong. Can you explain why it's not? No, Breach is a good effect. How strong is it? It's the reason why I'm not crazy high on it. Like, I like piercing damage in other games. I like piercing damage in here. The reason why piercing damage is not as highly rated as other people is because Breach does not give you a card advantage. That is the biggest reason. Okay, so because Breach does not give you a card advantage, I am not happy about it. And in fact, if you do breach your opponent, there's a high chance or a very good chance that your opponent is now going to get a card advantage because you breach his shields and you give them a pilot or close combat or whatever it is. So I don't want my opponent to start gaining cards so they can counterplay what I'm doing. And that's why I'm not a huge I'm not a crazy fan of Breach because of that reason. And I don't think there's enough cards in the game that make Breach go crazy. Although I do like what Breach offers, and I do think that aggressive decks and what aggro was meant to be was supposed to be high maneuver, Breach, right? And then like mid-rangey aggressive decks was supposed to be first strike, Breach, which is what this deck pretty much is. But I'm not running as many of that Breach card because it's just a high cost card and I have so many cards to fit. That's why I'm not running that card in particular. Do I want another lock on? Or do I want this guy? I feel like having multiple pilots will be better in the long run. So we'll just grab him. We'll end the turn. So that's my thing about Breach. It gives my opponent cards. It gives them striker packs and all these things. Pilots. And I can't exactly control the game exactly how much I want. But I do think Breach is very good at increasing the pace of the game and trying to get there and gain a bunch of value. Like Rick Dom and all that jazz doesn't exactly pair. Doesn't exactly plan out how everybody thinks it will. But I did build decks with like Age Breach and Atherin and all that jazz, and so I do see the value in that. I just don't appraise it as high as other things. That's all it is. It's one of my favorite effects. It's just not there yet. Yeah, that's the whole difference. Maybe I look at it from realistic one point of view, while other people maybe put it, or when they talk about Breach, they talk about it very highly, or they're like, oh my god, it's got Breach, so good. It's like, well, in reality, like, it's a lot of cards have Breach, but it's not actually too nuts. Let's just attack him. I have another lock on, but I can't really play anything with it. He's playing a blocker deck, so I can play this now. I can save it for striker pack as well. Let's just play it, and then we'll end our turn here. Let's take more drinks. So he's playing red-white. Wing has great breach with breach 5. I'll breach your base coach / evil JK. Alright, Stella. You can breach me anytime. Alright, you know exactly where my DMs are located and how open I am. What do I want to do about this problem? I want to attack with lock on, I think. See if he wants to do anything about it. No. Okay. And then I want to play this guy here, and then I'm just going to pass the turn. And then I have double first strike, draw. So Breach 5 is great, right? And I do like it, but there's a lot of times when I play the wing deck that I don't actually want Breach, because again, it gives my opponents, especially blue-white, cards. Even if I hit a base, that means they all of a sudden draw a card. That could be a show resolve, unforeseen incident, a pilot, etc. And decks aren't fully built around Breach like crazy, and if you do try to, like, there's stronger effects than what Breach offers you. I just don't think it's time for Breach to completely shine like as a full-on Breach deck. People have tried to build it. It's fun, it can do its thing, it's just not completely there yet. It'd be cool if you got enhancements, or not enhancements, but like cards that said, okay, all your Breach units like gain plus X Breach, or Breach twice with suppression, or something insane, right? Will be very, very cool, but we don't have that yet. Links with Hallelujah and that, not with Lock On. It's gonna end my turn here. Play passive, play controlled, and then eventually generate a bunch of value off of my first strikes and stuff. Breach. Yesterday you were also down on the Nilifrith with Breach. I thought maybe you just didn't like the keyword. No, I actually do like the keyword. I do like the keyword. I just don't put it as a 10 out of 10 keyword or anything like that. That's all. Might be just a slight misunderstanding or stuff like that. I have one, I don't have two. We can do the same thing we tried to do last time. I'm gonna swing with this because I need him to do something. So I can first strike into him. I don't care about anything else. He wants to trade here, or does he want to unforeseen me? Okay, cool. I'm gonna attack with this guy and see what he wants to do. He blocks with Silver Bullet. That's really good for us. Then we're gonna go first strike, attack. Oh my god, I'm so Why do I do this to myself, guys? Why do I do this to myself? Oh my god. Why do I do this to myself? I just like losing. That's all it is. I just like losing. But it's okay, it's okay. You know why? Because when I play this card next turn, I can at least kill the Hail Strike and maybe something else. I don't know, whatever. Whatever. Low breach is good enough to finish, but it also gives a small advantage by killing a unit and removing a shield sucks if you give them burst. I'm gonna swing my LR plus into your unit and divert the swing damage into a chump unit to pseudo first strike you to breach 5. Muhaha. Yes, you can do that in Academy. What about a build? What about to build a breach deck like the actual Green Corpus Academy Shenlong Ultron? You can 100% do it. It's a beatdown deck, right? Any beatdown deck that has access to breach is very good, like Age Gundam, Academy, Shenlong, Atherin even. Those are all breach decks. I just don't think they're at the level that they can get to at the moment. I found the most value come from a mixture of breach AP prevention to be able to continue the value of breach. And bonus if you can play off another body or two. Yes, sir. That is 100% what it is. It's very, very solid. Okay, let's try this again. Although I should play this first. Let's kill his Ale Strike first of all. And then let's play this. Let's play Hallelujah. Let's first strike into this now. Now we can draw our cards and first strike. Now we will not get blown up. Unless he has unforeseen incident, but we're super, super high AP. Galio card on the stream. Let's go. Let's go, my guy. Yup. Triple pilot hand. Not the greatest. What are you taking to the Lupus NTC? I'm probably not going to be going to the Lupus NTC. Because there's only one in my city, like basically for every single NTC. It's either going to be completely filled or I'm going to be busy coaching or doing other things, so I'm not going to be able to attend it. A lot of people from my city are attending new type challenges outside of the city or going across the border to Detroit to go play there. But if I was to take a deck to new type challenge at the current moment, I would take the red purple CB deck because a lot of people wouldn't know what it's doing, and number two, it has a very good, it has a 100% win rate into aggro in particular. So I would walk in there and say, okay, well, I know I'm not going to lose to aggro basically almost ever, so I can be comfortable in going to the new type challenge. And then number two, when people do play blockers or anything else, you guys saw the previous game, I can kind of blow up the board. I have play into every other deck, right? That's what I'll be doing. If not that, obviously I don't own the CB cards in person, all of them, especially the GD04 cards. I'll just be taking my green white wing Ultron, Wing Zero Ultron Shenlong deck that you guys saw. Well, not that one in particular, but the my green white ramp with some blockers and stuff like that. Okay, then what would you be missing for a beatdown breach deck to be consistent? Either something that allows, so one of the big things that, oh my god, my hand is so bad. One of the things that they haven't given us is the ability, I don't own Minerva Zombies and I wouldn't play it, even though it's fun, I wouldn't play it because I know I'm going to die to many, many decks, including aggro. So beatdown and breach deck to be consistent. If they give us a command card that gave something like Zeta Gundam or Ultron Gundam the ability to swing twice and then gain breach, right? Then we could give something that can attack multiple times like the new Unicorn or Banshee mode the ability to attack 5 units and breach every single one and doing a crap ton of damage and winning the game. But we don't have that in the game, because they haven't given us a command card that gives us breach. Okay, so that is what I'll be pretty much doing there. So I'll be adding a card that number one gives unit breach, or a pilot that gives a unit breach, or gives another unit, something like that. or a card that says all your units gain breach, kind of like the token thing that they're doing with the new Xeon card, but for non-tokens, okay? And then having the ability to, like, let's say you breach, if this breach effect would destroy an opponent's base, right? Then destroy a shield as well. Like, it would give it pseudo suppression in that sense because your opponent has a base up. So yeah, something along those lines. I just want more cards that interact with breach in particular, or again a card that says give a breach unit first strike, right? Like kind of like Wu Fei gives every single unit you don't take damage. Imagine if you could just give breach units first strike on demand, being a very, very powerful effect. So now we have first strike and breach, or we have suppression and breach. That's a big one. If we can get a unit that can do suppression and breach at the same time, without going through multiple layers, then we are in business. Okay, because suppression is very, very powerful, or a deck like Age or Academy. If we get a card that the decks already do breach by themselves, if we put suppression on top of those decks, then we have an end game way of like, okay, we breach everything, then we close the game out really, really swiftly by getting even more damage in. That's how I would go about it. If they give me a suppression Wing Gundam deck or an Ultron or whatever, I would build that. If they give Academy suppression on a unit, we could do that. But it has to be Academy. It cannot be the new Unicorn Gundam and we're just putting it in there because it has suppression or something. Because, yeah. I mean, it can work because you do have access to suppression and all that jazz. And there's Kira as well. But I want breach and suppression on one unit. I want that combination together would be very strong. Oh, I thought that was your purple red. I assume it's EX burst commands like yes. Well, yeah. So command like Simius Fire does work, right? But if you go to that command, number one, it's in green, which is fine because that's where breach is, right? But the thing is, when you play this card, your unit gains breach. There's no suppression in green, right? There's no suppression in green. And so there's nothing to do with green. And then if you want suppression, you have to go to, it used to be purple. And then there is something that like red has suppression, but all the cards that have suppression are like very, very high end and not around level 6, which means you have to default to either Barbados or default to the SDO9 Freedom Gundam, which I don't really want to play those colors. And the thing with Simius Fire, which would make it a lot better, was if it was an action card. That's the other problem with this card is it's not a action card, so we can't like kind of play around our opponent and do some tricks with it. We have to activate it first, and then they will just choose not to block us, so we don't get the value. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, we really do want to block us so we can get breach and suppression at the same time, and so on. PR Trans Am, I see it now. I'm thinking in purple green. Yeah, you can play it in purple green for sure. But the one thing in Gundam card game is that when you play a command card, it's a -1. So if you want to use this card and think of it as, hey, I'm going to go -1, but my opponent's going to lose 1 HP, that is a thing. But I wish it was an action card, so it would force my opponent to block. And so I could generate more value, because otherwise they're not going to block it, they'll just take the hit. So I don't get to generate the unit and the breach effect at the same time. So yeah, but if we can get, again, if we get Trova or an LR Heavy Arms that has some crazy ability, which I'm sure when Heavy Arms comes out, it's going to have some very strong ability, or a unit that stays on the board and says every single time you breach, do like breach whatever breach amount of damage you deal to the shield area, also deal it to a unit, right? That could also be a thing. I just want something that combos off of it and makes it elevated to the next level. Basically, once that happens, we'll for sure know that breach is fully online. Right now I see breach seems like an ability that kind of tries to keep you in the game in tempo and how close you are to finishing the game off. Especially in Wing Gundam decks like GD01, GD02, GD03. Wing Gundam was used to kind of crawl back into the game and close the gap of how long does that take you to actually win, because your opponent would basically be at full shield most of the time when you dropped Wing Gundam, and then it wouldn't even end the game. It would just try to get the opponent down to like 3 shields, so that you can kind of close the game out once you get to level 8 and so on. So it's kind of trying to catch you up. So I think Breach is trying to catch you up because you have that slower start early on, and then it's trying to snowball in that mid game essentially very, very heavily with Age Gundam and Academy and stuff like that, which can net you wins pretty quickly on level 6, level 7. But I just don't think it's there yet, 100%. US Shaggy messaged me for the link. Did I not upload the link? Let me go grab the link and send it to this guy real quick. Where is the deck list? Xeon Rush. Need to go to YouTube. I need to go to a comment. There it is, guys. I'll be doing something with that deck real quick. Reply. I'm gonna update this deck.
Welcome back, everybody. Before we get into this video,
okay, and then let's go here. There it is. Okay, so we're gonna go like this video first of all. So first of all, we're gonna go like this video because, if you guys watch my videos, Vortex CCG here is, like I said, gonna be uploading League Militaire content. So that'd be cool if you guys are interested in that to go like his videos and check him out and subscribe to him. And all that jazz. Right, we're gonna write first and go there, and then after that we're gonna go, and I believe I can do this from here. No, I can't. I can create a post here, so let's make sure I do this from Vortex CGG. Make sure to check it out and keep up to date with League Militaire. Okay, I'm pretty sure I spelled that correctly. Okay, boom, helping out the community. Let's go back here. Let's go back to my YouTube comments real quick. Let's check Discord first, and then I'll get to YouTube comments. Well, not comments, but yeah. I am going to go back to the YouTube video. I'm gonna go here. Gonna go back to the live stream. Okay, so purple red Trans MSC now. I was thinking purple green. I told you in DMs already, but I want our Academy boss unit to change up how breach works somehow. Whether it's breach procs twice or something like that. Yes, 100%. I need breach to proc twice, or every single breach unit becomes suppression, or something crazy like that needs to happen. That's what I want out of breach to ultimately become. Like paying all those crazy things. What else do we want to play here? Do we want to play the O? Not really. We haven't really played Vulture on stream at all. I don't think we're going to play Vulture on stream. Let's play a Psycho Gundam deck here and see if it pops off. Here we go. Let's go ranked game. I'm ranked 20. No, I'm actually like I'm ranked 20, but I'm like, dude, I'm actually so close to rank 5. I could get there at any point, rank 4 even. Yeah, so we can go back to rank whatever if you want to. This guy, dude, he is climbing. He is climbing, and I'm sure when Caviar and Castle log back on, they'll be climbing, but they're probably at work. Thoughts on Cyber new types as a reverse breach deck with Sinanju and G-Quux. Yeah, I don't think it's there yet. Controlling the board and stuff is cool and all. What is in this deck? Gun tank, we're pretty much good. I'll keep it. Cyber new types is a deck that will probably get a lot better once we get. Is it double Zeta and all that jazz and more Psycho Gundam cards? I think all those archetypes are kind of just there at the moment, and we don't have access to everything that we need. And just because we got a new Psycho Gundam from G-Quux doesn't mean it's gonna do anything for us. He's playing blockers. I have a blocker killer card. I don't want to show him what I'm playing, and then I don't really need to do anything. Because we're playing Solid Gundam, we're going to control the game once we get more cards and stuff. What is this trash music? Pink Panther. He attacked me with a blocker. Interesting. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna ping him and we're gonna just start drawing cards. We're gonna attack honestly into his shield to draw a card. And then we have damage control to damage control for the next turn, which is great. We'll end the turn here. Understood, yes, in good faith. I hope they did this. I hope they introduced more cards to swing the game a little bit more. What your concern for the long run is if you're symbol effect from earlier turns, and how that limits design space for mid-range. I correct me if I'm wrong. That is an issue since day one, and this is why the game can't get into a good rock for this format. So here's our damage control. We're going to not take any damage from this, and then again generate another +1 on the next turn, and hopefully keep going. Damage control is a very good card. It's one of my favorite cards in this set because now, like, the only reason to play white was blockers, and if you don't play blockers, purple has access to blockers as well. And then on top of that, Unforeseen Incident was the other most powerful card that white has access to, which now we also have that in purple. And then on top of that, it was like Overflowing Affection, which we honestly don't need to play at all. And this is why we're playing this card right here. Is for this card in particular. So we're gonna pop it immediately and draw another card off Barbados, right? This is what I'm talking about. If you can snowball like this very, very crazily, then we are gonna be generating a lot of value from just doing this. And now the question is, do you want to play Angsha and go crazy? I'm just not gonna bother trying to go beat down mode or anything like that. I think speaking of cyber new types in chat, right? I like 4 a lot. 4 is a very, very strong pilot. Psycho Gundam is a very strong card. But again, refer to my level 6 video for my takes on that. What do I want to do here? I want to attack him with this one so I can draw another card. No big deal. There's my Barbados for suppression. He's going to block me, obviously, and there goes another unit. We have a bunch of cards in our hand. We are not going to play Short Resolve. I could hit 4 at him. We could also just play a bunch of units here. Let's play the Barbados, reveal that we have that, and I think we're just gonna kind of hang out here and not do too much else. I don't want to go like crazy aggro. I just want to build up more advantages. Okay, do I want to attack him with this card? Do I want to resurrect my units? Not right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's play that. We're not seeing anything at all. I'm just gonna start swinging with Barbados. I don't even care right now. I could have put a pilot onto it. Actually, probably should have done that. But, my bad. Okay, now I have double gun tank to finish this guy off. Actually, it won't finish him off. But we could ping him to a very low HP. You don't need to do that either. We'll put a 4 onto this just because we'll end the turn. My poor phone's about to die. I'll get to comments in a second here. I'm just not drawing my depths and pings, or what the hell's happening right now. It's kind of crazy. Let's start slamming down these big bodies, and we're gonna wait one more turn or something to see if I can find a draw power for Barbados. Have you tried using Trinity Warship with red green CB? Feels good on your throne, deal 3 damage, but I also like the current no base build. Yeah, I put 2 bases in it now, just 2 62 bases. I tried the Warship. I just feel like you don't really need it unless tokens become extremely relevant. So my purple deck as well. We just want to fill our decks with even more cards that actually do things for sure all the time. That's why I don't play it. I would have loved to build a deck entirely with Titans. Too bad you either go Titans with Psycho or Jupiterus with the O. Yeah, we don't have a Titan support yet, which is upsetting that they gave all the new Titan cards to the Jupiterus keyword for the most part, except for like 2 or something. And I would have liked to get a lot more Titan support, and I was really expecting us to get like another bigger Psycho Gundam, but we really didn't get that yet. Also for green purple, Suclone plus damage control could fit to keep your units alive more. Yeah, I also had that in there for a little bit, but not a huge amount. Okay, I have way too many cards. I need to start killing stuff. There's no time to really wait anymore. Let's swing into his unicorn. That's like a 5 big damage, and I can ping it off the board if he takes it. Unforeseen. Okay, he takes a lot less damage. I need 5 more damage, right? 2. I don't have enough. Let's attack with this unit into it as well. Just sacrificing a bunch of cards. We have so many cards, I don't really think it even matters, honestly. He blocked it. Fine. Let's attack with this card and see if he wants to block it as well. He's gonna sacrifice another blocker. That's fine. And then we can resurrect something back to life if we want to. We don't really need to though. We can play this. We can link up and we can swing with 5/5 into this again. He doesn't want to block this time. Interesting. And then I could play this command, no reason to. I'm gonna play this, and I'm just gonna pass here, losing a bunch of cards from my hand. But we can always get them back if we actually see Mikazuki and Adept and all that jazz that's in our deck. And Psycho Gundam is our path to victory here. Yeah, it's blocker slop. I mean, it's an O deck, but it is like a blocker slop O deck, right? It's not like my version. It seems like it's very, very, very heavy. Yeah, it's a Kira blocker slop O deck, which is not an O deck. It's a blocker slop deck, which is disgusting. My phone is about to die. I need to put it on charge, and I'll be using the other thing for streaming. Okay, here we go. What can we do? What can we do? Things are getting a bit out of control. Ping there, not a big deal. Do we want to attack with the NT Gundam into him and lose value? Not particularly. I don't want to take a bunch of damage, but I can just pass here. I'm just gonna pass. Wait for next turn, and then I have a 4 to draw a card. But not really. I can resurrect my another first form, resurrect NT Gundam, resurrect this guy. I just don't think I've seen like the other half of my deck really. What makes something blocker slop? If it's playing literally like it's basically freedom blockers. Anything that is like relatively close to being freedom blockers, which means you're basically playing like more than half of your deck is blockers, that's basically blocker slop. Having 15 plus blockers falling onto late game, yeah, pretty much having like 15 plus, like, you know, what is it, 4 Ale Strikes, 4 Lift Frits, 4 more Lift Frits or Rick Diaz's, and then you have like, that's already 12. So yeah, if you're playing like 4 different unique blockers and then just even more on top of that, it makes it blocker slop essentially. He bounced my card. Let's go with this. Let's attack into our opponent for 5 AP, which of course he can block it if he wants to. He will suicide that. He is running out of cards, which is good for us. I can resurrect a dude back. It's not really worth it. Let's attack this into him. He just takes the hit. That's perfectly fine. And then we are going to end the turn with all these guys on the board. Okay, can we draw the Psycho Gundam, please? So I can, like, start... I mean, maybe not Psycho Gundam, but, like, something. I need something. I need something that does something. Now we're going to lose the game because the O's late game is very powerful and we just kind of did not get anything going. I'm going to be honest. I mean, but the fact that this deck can actually, I mean, basically make the O deck run out of cards is pretty good. Blocker swap. We're here taking it to blocker swap as much as we can. Obviously having a very, like, strange first half of our deck. This is probably what MSA, like, you know, just the MSA problem. Everything heals a bunch. We need to go. I really want to kill the O. 1, 2, 3. We're not gonna be able to do it. Let's kill Gundam. I really don't want to do this either, but something that we can do is take out the O, but she's gonna block me. Yeah, of course. And then we can only deal 3 here. 2 plus 1, 3. Hit this guy for... Bring him up to 1 damage. Doesn't do enough. I can take out his base, which... I'm going to take out his base because I don't want Argama sitting here forever. And then we'll end the turn here. He's going to wipe my whole board. I don't know if it's worth playing this out. Yeah, he's going to kill my whole board. We're going to concede here. Boring game. Do you feel like your Kshatriya G-Fred deck has a place in GD04, or is it going on the shelf for now? It definitely has a place. The Mafty list. Wait. You're talking about the Mafty list, right? You're talking about the Mafty list, or you're actually talking about the list that I made earlier? Talking about the G-Fred Mafty list, this one? I already updated it with XCN stuff and Rerulas for the token decks and stuff like that. Running all range attack. I don't even know if I want Show Resolve in the deck, I'm gonna be honest. Kinda don't. Yeah, I saw your previous video and the comments. There's a lack of dynamism between players since it's all just based on having top LRs. PS. Oh yeah, you're talking about that all the top players just basically play Ailstrike and Sharzako 2 and like all that jazz. Basically Kira. Yeah, I think between plays. Yeah, my last video was commenting about the future of it, of the game and where it's headed. Currently, I think there's a lot of builds. I think the community just refuses to go to regionals and new types with different builds because Red White was strong in GD01. Nobody played it. Red White was strong in GD02. It kept up only because Qbelly was released, and then people just kind of dropped it. Even GD03, this kind of didn't want to play Qbelly as much. And Haman. Clan, for example, even at going into the end of GD03, right? Even going into the end of GD03, a lot of people said Clan is garbage and it's not going to be good. And again, they were still hard stuck on playing the aggro version of Clan, trying to out-aggro the aggro decks, which is kind of silly. And rather than taking a different approach like me, where you guys saw from my YouTube videos and the comment sections on the shorts and all the videos, and you know, all that jazz, that the clan deck, the way that I built it and the way that I view the game and options to play different ways, like the Psychonum deck, like G-Fred and Mafty here, that, you know, other people just said G-Fred and Mafty is a dead card, it's a very shit starter deck, etc. They just refuse to kind of go down these avenues. And they also, when a lot of people, my clients or the people who know me, ask people about, hey, what do you think of First Contact? What do you think of this? What do you think of this idea? A lot of people kind of shut it down or think it's not going to work, or that they have never thought of it in the first place. But a lot of people on the internet are also haters of me, as you guys might have seen from my last YouTube video. That is a thing. Let's take this onto the arena here. And I think that a lot of players just refuse to play different decks. In fact, some of the top players who do well at regionals and stuff still don't know everything about the game, right? They just kind of say, I'm going to play blocker slop. That's what I play in Magic the Gathering and other games. And that's what my deck is. It's okay if that is all you play in every single card game. But that also means that you probably don't understand everything about other decks. Same thing with aggro players or people who only care about winning the game. They just say, I'm not a deck builder, I'm not gonna care, I'm just gonna take the best deck and win. And then a lot of people who build decks, I'm gonna tell you right now, nobody knows how to build decks as good as I do in terms of ratios and everything. I say nobody, I mean like not literally nobody on the planet. There's 8 billion people, I don't know all of them, but I mean like overall, that's how I feel about it. Do I want to keep I'm gonna keep this hand, it's fine. And so people should be open to playing more decks, and they should be open to improving their gameplay and their play lines over changing their decks and changing their ratios immediately. Just because they cannot make something work, they should immediately say, what is the difference between me and a better player, me and coach, me and somebody else? Let's work on that instead of let's work on the deck itself. Okay, yeah, out of the decks you played today, which one do you feel good for your current... Do you feel good for you currently on MSA? Obviously the aggro deck, but ignoring that, I didn't play that today, I guess. I feel like I didn't play Red Purple CB yet, but Red Purple CB and the Psycho Gundam deck are probably gonna be like some of my favorites to play. I have enough ping damage to do whatever I want. I don't want to suicide into him, because that would suck, because I have the ping damage, so I'm gonna pass. So many hitters, yes sir. GD01, GD02 was dominated by green, white, 0 for a while. So GD01 and GD02 was dominated by, you know, wing 0 for a while, but it was the case, so there was a lot of wing 0 players, a crazy amount of wing 0 players, and a lot of people had not optimized their decks or would, you know, just suicide into the wing 0. And so, you basically had to, you know, people also weren't playing red-white. Red-white decimated wing 0 in GD01. If you go back and play only GD01 cards, red-white decimated wing 0, which was crazy. Welcome in, Ray Knight. How's it going? Guys, if you guys are not subscribed to Ray Knight, I'm sure all of you guys are. You guys should 100% subscribe to him. What do I want to do here? I kind of want to just ping this guy, and then I want to not attack into him and just chill. Yo. It's not that they refused, they tried it at locals or MSA, didn't get expected results. Yeah, exactly, Rebirth. Like they should have stopped trying to get results immediately, and they should have said, okay, well, it's gonna take a amount of time to build their decks better, like, right? Or number two, before I was in the YouTube scene uploading videos, like if you guys go scour the YouTubes for GD01, GD02 content, even GD03 to a degree, GD03 kind of was different. People weren't really uploading deck lists on every single deck, okay? They weren't thinking outside the box. They were really turning down ideas. If you guys go back to my Lupus deck, if you guys go back to my Mafty, my Mafty deck kind of did okay. Can I kill this guy? I can kill this guy. Pick this. People refuse to believe in decks like Lupus. Okay, that's a big difference. I don't refuse to believe in these decks. I understand what their power level is. I understand that the game is RNG. I understand many different aspects and why the decks works. And again, my decks, people would comment and say, hey, your deck is hard to play. It took me a while, and it took me you explaining it thoroughly on a video or watching you play or getting coaching to actually understand what the hell is going on. And then I started winning after, like, you know, 2 locals or something. So it's a good deck, and it's a different play style. While some people thought that was complete RNG and luck based, it's not really all about that. I have G-Fred here, right? Do I have pilots in my trash? No. Okay, unfortunate that I played this card, but it is what it is. I will attack his shields. He's running low on cards. I feel like he's just gonna die. He's playing some like aggro deck. Being a hitter is so fun. It's very fun. A lot of people making decks also discouraging people from joining the game because they thought all they need is SEO1, SEO4 to play. Yeah, there's a lot of people who said, "Oh, don't play Gundam. It's a play one deck format basically." Right? Remember at the beginning of GD01, everybody said, you know, blockers are the best way to play. You have to play Freedom Blockers or Ring Zero. That's the best deck in the game, and that's the only reason I joined Gundam, is to disprove that immediately. And as we know now, that aggro is completely broken for like 3 sets in a row, and it's still technically fundamentally broken. And so people just need to understand that, I guess. I will attack your shields. So yeah, people, we need more deck builders, but you guys gotta understand, deck builders are extremely rare. Okay, deck builders are extremely rare. You're not gonna find them. And like my deck building formula I created when I was like 6 years old, you're not gonna find that formula online or through IBO Academy or whoever the hell you talk to, because it's my own formula. And that's, I mean, I'm not gonna say, I'm a smart individual, so I can do different things than someone who has a different way of growing up, different childhood, and lower IQ or whatever the case might be. And so I have the capability of do critical thinking a lot more than other people, and at least faster. I'm gonna attack his shields. So there's not a lot of deck builders, and a lot of people that are gonna be building decks try to skew their decks to defeat everything in the game. It's like, well, you don't really need to do that. You can kind of just relax and try to defeat one deck, whether it be blockers or aggro, and then just let pairings decide the rest. And I think a lot of people just think that you have to win the new type. You've got to win the new type or you're screwed. I think if your goal is to go 100% win a new type, you're going to fail a lot. And if your goal is to go X and 1, right, occasionally or half the time or whatever, you can build a good deck that can go X and 1 and understand that, hey, I'm going to lose to blocker swap, or I'm going to lose to aggro, or one or the other, and it's okay. The 2 main issues players need to understand is knowing how your cards work and what playstyle you're comfortable with. After that, it comes down to luck in any other card game. Yeah, it's definitely a luck-based thing in this game for sure. What do I want to do here? I want to improve technique this guy, and then I want to attack this guy so he doesn't draw more cards. And then I'm not really in a rush. I'm just gonna attack his base without using Marita, just in case. Again, anybody wanting coaching, you guys can add me. You guys see the pinned message in chat at CoachWing0. That is literally how you improve significantly and improve deck making skills and learn my formulas and stuff like that, and ideologies that go a long way. just gonna play those cards because he has nothing in his hand. And if you guys are here on the stream, do like the stream. If you guys, again, are gonna go watch any of my videos soon or go back and watch something, make sure you guys just like the video and drop a comment. Most people do not comment on the videos, so I would really enjoy it or like it if you guys started commenting on the videos. Doesn't matter what it is. You guys saw me right now on Vortex. Just go there, click first, like the video. That's probably the first thing everybody should be doing, because we need to catch up to people like Eggman or UniCCG and get out there. Otherwise, we're gonna not be progressing as far as we could be. I'm just gonna kill this and play a guy and pass. I don't know. Okay, my phone is about to die, which is not a problem for the most part, because I'm just gonna use the stream here, and then I have coaching in a bit. Goated, hey Vortex CCG guys, go subscribe and like Vortex's newest video. Go subscribe to his channel. You guys saw me obviously shout him out live on stream and like his video live on stream. So there he is. It's a learning curve. Yeah, if you guys want to accelerate and, you know, learn very, very quickly, I'm the guy to do it from. Far too kind. Thank you. Vortex, how have you been liking the new meta, and how have you been liking the League Militaire deck? Is it going crazy for you, or is it just solid? Right? I'm sure the chat is down to know what you're playing or talking about in your video. Also, Vortex, what did you think of my previous video? If you watched it, got a lot of attention, one can say. I'm gonna play this because if he attacks, I'm gonna just do stuff. Boom, 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 boom. Do. Hathaway, thank you very much. You drew another one. Can I just like not draw so many pilots? I'm just gonna attack his shield because he has first. I'm just gonna attack his shields. I just want his shields gone, and then he can suicide both if he wants, or he can lose the game to a link or something. UniX seems like a good dude. I will be his friend. However, I think he's not actually good at the game, so I can't watch the videos without stressing myself out. UniCCG, from what I know and from Stella and everybody, he does seem like 100% like a good dude. He's obviously, I believe, with Bandai as well. His videos and everything are fine. Definitely better than, I would say Eggman's. His most recent video with Green White was a client's list. It was Stella's list. Am I gonna lose this game? No. I just have to kill one of these guys and then force him to attack into me, and then like pass the turn until I can draw something. And yeah. Also, if you guys like go onto his YouTube channels like the other YouTubers, right? Go drop comments telling them like, hey, what do you guys think of Coach's build? Or are you willing to take on his build? I heard he's open to having other streamers try out his stuff and all that jazz, and these ideas. And everybody can learn. I'm a teacher, so I want everybody to learn from me. I'm not there to actually go get the first place myself all the time. Okay, I'm just gonna concede. I don't know what the hell this game we just played was, but that was kind of ridiculously stupid. We didn't see any G-Quoxes, we didn't see any Kshatriyas, we didn't see any, well, we saw Flight Form. Yeah, that was kind of a rough game, not gonna lie. Let's go to my decks. Let's play something else. Let's play. This is they added all the alt arts. Let's go. This is Minerva blockers, but not too much degeneracy going on here. Oh no, I think this is it. Minerva blockers here. We're not gonna play this. Let's play some red CB here. My phone is dead, so I gotta look at chat here. League Militaire is solid. I think it can be very good. It's just gonna take a while to find the right combinations. Alright, sounds good. Thank you. Uni is a great guy, just don't like it all behind a paywall. I mean, I get the hustle, but a free video once in a while couldn't hurt. Oh, I see. Yeah, I can get that 100%. That he probably has a job, paywall, making money off YouTube, and then obviously Bandai sponsorship, or he gets paid to do things for them. Can be a thing. I'm gonna keep this hand. It's very good because we got double blockers and this. So we pretty much have Rick Diaz, Gundam Armor, or just a very strong Link, and then the other guy. I just make content that I like to make, and that is all. Yep. So the red purple sauce, here it is. We got 30 more minutes, so let me pull this up and let me see if I can leave it. Okay, let's put that over there. Let's keep the chat on screen. I know there's a way to pop chat out, but I honestly don't understand what is happening. We're gonna play a GM and pass. So this is the deck that I'll be taking if I was going to a new type challenge. I think it has great potential into aggro, and then into blockers. As you guys saw earlier, we can actually blow them out, and we can outvalue them, number one, just like most other decks that have any sort of value, and first strikes and stuff. And then we can destroy their entire board. He discarded a Gundam. Okay, we're gonna attack his shields for 2. See if he plays gun tanks or not. And then we're gonna end our turn here. Lifrith as usual. So we got our big play here to mill a bunch of cards. Let's attack his shield, see if he wants to block or not. If he does, he has to be careful because we have first strike. I'm assuming he has another Gundam in his hand. So we'll wait for his Gundam Link to drop and try to do something to it. Although I do have blockers here, so. If he blocks this, I can just first strike him and then see how that goes. I don't want to high roll too crazy. Let's play this and let's just end the turn here. And let's see if he actually has the Amuro or not. He also needs the Amuro to crack my base, otherwise the base is immune to damage if my CB unit is rested. Interesting. It's gonna make all of our guys blockers. I'm gonna attack into this to generate a bunch of value, and then I pretty much am I gonna draw a card off of that. Perfect. And then I could attack him with these, but I don't really need to do so because he can go ail strike, bounce this, attack, block, and then yeah, I mean I could just do it. If he plays a double bounce card and then swings into this with something, that'd be dangerous. We can attack with 1, but I don't want to give him bounce for shields, and then he can kind of interact with my first strike. Keeping this guy on the board for as long as possible and generating as much value as possible is pretty key, since he cannot block it with blockers, and it has first strike, so he has to get around my blockers to even deal with this, and then he can't swing at my base unless it's something with level 4 or higher to deal damage. Okay, so he's gonna go with this guy, which is repair, and this thing basically makes him, when he receives effect damage, reduce it by 2, which is perfectly fine. We're definitely gonna block this because, yeah, why would I not? And then maybe he has unforeseen incident, maybe he doesn't. I also have this card to ping everything for 2, which obviously he would reduce it by 2. I'm not a crazy big fan of Delta plus this guy. It's not insanely crazy or unheard of. People are kind of like all about this dude right here, which I'm not all about him or any of the new Unicorn or Banshee Gundams destroy modes. This is a CB ID control, mid control. Yeah, this is the deck. And all the CB decks are mid-range decks pretty much, and yeah, this is the purple version, which I like a lot. So the question is, how do I want to kill this guy, right? I can attack with this, but then if unforeseens, I'll lose my... Well, I have a first strike, and I can get 7 AP. So I think the biggest thing I want to do here is... Let's swing the blocker at shields. Let's build up more AP on this guy. For 7, that's 4. He'll still basically die. That's Gundam Amuro, so that's going to be a thing. And then we can pretty much swing this guy for 7, which is still 4, which will kill this guy. And this effect does last through your opponent's turn for the extra AP, which is very good. Oh, perfect. We've got a second one. So we can go to Gundam Amuro. Man, that's so good. Then we play this guy, and then we activate this ability, which will basically mill this one to draw us a card and mill another one. Perfect. Minus 2 AP, not a big deal here. He's playing a very control deck. I could activate the base to draw additional cards for more avenues next turn. I don't think I need to this turn just because I have things going on. I don't want to use the EX resource to get to 8 as fast as possible to activate Gundam Thorn when I draw it. Yeah. How's the climb going? Hello, Marshy. The climb is... We're not even trying to climb today. We're just playing games with random decks to just showcase a lot of different things and allow the chat to decide what I'm going to play. Although I have to coach in 14 minutes or 24 minutes. It'll be good one day in a deck full of cards like him and Silver Bullet. Not today. I mean, a lot of the community, I think, really likes that card, and some of them are crazy hyped about Unicorn and all that stuff. I'm not really exactly sure why, since it keeps getting run over on here, and apparently, like, you know, IBO, I think in his video said that it's one of the first decks that can, or is the first deck where you really want to not attack your opponent, but the O already exists, and so that's strange. Doesn't have any blockers. We can again gain a bunch of value off the pilot here. And first strike this guy out of the picture. Boom, draw a card, and then we can basically go with this guy. Can knock out the Gundam. Don't need to deal with him ever again. And then we can play this card to knock out one of his tokens. And then I'm gonna try to go aggressive next turn. So I think I'm gonna just play the GM here and see what happens, since it's not a high chance if we draw a second one of these. How's the climb going? Basically the problem with 80% of the decks right now. Yeah. A lot of the decks, 80% of the decks, yeah. There's a lot of decks that are solid decks, but because of the main issue, which we all know of, they're very gate kept. Everybody's gate kept by blocker slop and aggro, which is very annoying, and a lot of the highest percentage winning strategies are just that, especially in a game that is so inconsistent as Gundam. It's so much better just to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna, if you have a slow aggro start, I'm just gonna kill you or block or wall up, and if you have a very slow start, I'm gonna aggro kill you. It's like okay. I don't have a way of attacking into him directly here, but I do have will kill his token. Now I could have attacked into his token to generate more value, but I don't need to really do that. What I do need to do though is swing this guy into his shields. And then after that, play a blocker to keep my guys around. And then I'm going to swing this guy into the shields as well. I don't really want to tap my Kyrios because it's my value engine. And he's not going aggressive at me at all. So I'm going to play this base now. There's level 8 play. I'm going to pass my turn, and then on the next turn I'll board wipe literally every single thing that he plays. If I get Sasuna, then I can obviously activate this and do other things. I mean, I'm set up to win the game next turn anyways. He's attacking that guy. That's fine. I'm not too worried. Overflowing affection, like, so a lot of people are playing like this, yeah, you can see like this blocker slop victory Gundam deck, and I'm not a fan of it to go down this road. I also don't think that you want level like 5 units and level 6 units too much with this deck. You really want to favor level 4 units, or like go really tall with level 8 units that act independently, whether it be full frontal. I mean, you don't really want to play full frontal too much, but you could play G-Quox and just big units that do a bunch of damage and suppression. Wing 0, but Wing 0 will obviously kill your own units as well. So here is the play all over again. We pretty much just go complete selection, and then we play this, and we go... Okay, I misdid that, but that's okay. You guys get the point. We wipe the whole board, then we pass a turn. So I actually didn't misredo that. Yep, there goes the whole board. Right, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's the power of Red CB. You want to play blockers, I can actually do something against you. And if you are going to misplay into the first strike draw cards, I can actually stay up with you with show resolves and all those stuff. And then late game, you got to be careful of this level 8, like board wipe pretty much, and he just concedes. Awesome. Alright guys, I got coaching soon, so I appreciate all of you guys joining in and hanging out with me. I will catch you guys not today, maybe tomorrow, maybe. I mean, I'm always awake really early, so the idea is probably going to be that yes, I will be around tomorrow to stream, depending on what else is going on. I do have coaching tomorrow late at night, so that might affect things, and also whatever I'm going to be doing with Midnight. You guys know I'm doing like a co-hosting his online locals with Midnight, because you guys messaged in his comment section saying that, oh, he should get a co-host. So I reached out, and then I think House messaged him and stuff. So yeah, I will be seeing you guys later. Take care, and again, like the stream, like my previous videos and stuff, and comment on anything you guys liked and anything moving forward. Got more videos coming out this week.